I'm 38 and it was hard.
You look old as hell.
I do. The lack of hair really makes me look older. But hey, what are you most excited
السلام
for?
عليكم شباب, welcome back.
I'm looking for
تعال نشيك
more
الحين
opportunities than we've ever had before
لايف
for me to get probably overextend, get knocked,
حق لعبة
eliminated, and
أو
scream
حدث
for
Call of Duty 3
and
Modern Warfare 3.
taking 95% of the credit.
So
Check.
some changes to Warzone
Check
maybe is
بالضبط
what you're looking for?
That sounds like what we've been doing already, but yeah, if you want to call it that, sure.
For you,
whoa,
what does COD mean to you? Like, you know, you said you're 36, you've been playing it for a long time. What does it mean to you?
All right, first
what?
off, that hurts a lot, reminding me that I
We
am
can
not
now
old.
put
I
people
think,
in timeline
Call
for
of Duty a long
different
time has
links.
been one of those
Range
games
from
that brings friends together to do,
مشكلة
silly
مشكلة
crap,
كابتن.
run around having fun in multiplayer or screaming at each other in Warzone when people aren't pulling their weight. The banter is always like number one.
Well, hey, I appreciate it.
عليك السلام شيخ عبد الله, شلونك حبيبي؟ كله تمام؟ اخ ظهري. شو اخباركم شباب؟ كله تمام؟ هلا غير الباك جراوند مالي. طيب. كذا بابا لا. إيه. لا على السوي لو ما حزتك. مستعدين يا ربع؟ مستعدين حق الحدث. تشيك بالضبط ان شاء الله كل شيء تمام. بقى بس 3 دقائق من وقت قبل 3 دقائق حق نشيك بالضبط مودرن وارفير 3. توقعاتك ان اللعبة تكون ناجحة ولا خيبة امل؟ انا بالنسبة لي وان شاء الله انا اكون غلطان ان اللعبة راح تكون مشكلة بتكون ناجحة حق اي واحد ما لعب مودرن وارفير 2 2009. اي واحد لعب مودرن وارفير 2 2009 اكيد ما راح تتكرر يكون نفس الشيء اكيد. لكن عيوب مودرن وارفير 2 راح تتحسن في لعبة مودرن وارفير 3. اتوقع بتكون لعبة ممتازة. لعبة فيها موفمنت سنايبرات. شفت انا جيم بلاي سنايبرات يكون صراحة شيء وايد حلو. اذا ما كنت متابعني في التويتر كنت انزل فيديوهات مال لعبة مودرن وارفير 3 من ناحية السامبل جيم بلاي. سويت بعد ناحية الاتاتشمنتس وكل شيء. اتوقع تكون بداية جميلة ان شاء الله حق تصليح عيوب لعبة مودرن وارفير 2. هذا اللي اتوقع. لكن هاي راح تكون افضل لعبة في كول اوف ديوتي. اقول ان شاء الله بس ما اتوقع. اتمنى انا تجيلي الحالة نفس اللي يلا خاطي ارجع البيت والعب. ها وايد صعب نقدر نحصله صراحة. المهم اذا ما طقتوا زر لايك شباب اتمنى تزور لايك. اقل من دقيقة راح نشيك الحين كول اوف ديوتي نكس حق لعبة مودرن وارفير 3. اتمنى الشباب نشر الفيديو تشوفون بالضبط الوضع. اذا اي واحد كان يبي يتابع موضوع كول اوف ديوتي مودرن وارفير 3 حان وقت مناسب. لا تنسوا اخوكم من اللايك. اتمنى اشتراك اذا ما مشترك في القناه. اتمنى اشتراك في القناه وكن شاكر لك. ويلا نشيك الحين الوضع. قول بسم الله. لايك. اتمنى اشترك اذا ما مشترك في القناه. اتمنى خلاص يلا. الحين لعبة مودرن وارفير 3 لايف ستريم is sponsored by Activision. قعدت اطلع انا في channel مال after 20 years.
This is Ghost. Woods. Mason. Better. Cross the line. Cut the price. Going down.
Whoa.
Everybody ready?
20 سنة من المتعة. ايام. ايام كول اوف ديوتي 20 سنه يا كول اوف ديوتي 20 سنه يا كول اوف ديوتي 20 سنه. يا والله اتذكر اول التقيت انا والشباب تاكا صدق ايام رحنا الكويت رحنا الامارات.
It's not over yet.
ايه
Give us the fire. Give them hell.
اعطيك كوج بعد قاعد.
Oh my god, that was sick!
Shit. Whoa.
As the iconic Captain Price once said, it's a good time to take inventory. This month, we are celebrating 20 years of Call of Duty. With all the matches played and missions completed, our history is made up of the incredible experiences created by you, the players. On behalf of all of us who work to bring these games to life each day, thank you for sharing this journey with us. We have some amazing in-game rewards we will be announcing later in the show. We wanted to take a moment to reflect. You are the reason for the success of these games, and from all of the teams across the world, we're grateful and humbled at your ongoing support, enthusiasm, and dedication to all things COD. While we celebrate this milestone, we're also looking ahead to the next chapter of awesome moments together. Today, you will see and hear all the details of Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer.
Let's go.
An exclusive look at Modern Warfare Zombies, a brand new Warzone map.
تدون ان في ماستري كامو حق زومبيز والله العظيم.
250 creators from around the world to drop in live here at Call of Duty next. And first up, this is Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer.
يلا let's go. الدعاية طبعا شفناها. الزومبيز انتظر حد زومبيز. ايه انا سمعت ان حتى المنيو مال لعبة مودرن وورفير 3 سووا ريميك حق اغنية مودرن وورفير 2 2009 الاصلية. عليك السلام ورحمة الله تركي هلا حبيبي ويلكم. انا حدي متحمس اكثر شيء صراحه طريقه الانجيجمنت يصير في لعبه كول اوف ديوتي وبعد زومبيز. اكيد راح نطلع الماستر كامو راح نطلع ماستر كامو حق الزومبي ما اعرف شو راح يكون بالضبط. احس انه بيكون حد اكشن. حق الكامبرز خامة عطا اي ام بي اصلا كانسل. انا شفت ناس تلعب راست شفت الموفمنت اشوف الزد اوف جي طبعا اكيد رانك ما راح يصير لايف الا اعتقد بداية السنة او ديسمبر او شيء اذا ما خاب ظني. نوفمبر 10 اذا ما كنت تدرون ترى عقب يوم الثاني راح يبتدي لايف او بيتا حق لعبة مودرن وورفير 3.
For Modern Warfare 3, Call of Duty Warzone and Call of Duty Warzone
شوف
Mobile. There are over 250 creators behind us ready to dive into these games, and we're so excited to be here with you today to unveil the future of Call of Duty. I'm Golden Boy, your host for today, alongside the one and only Stephanie Snowden. You may know her as the Studio Communications Director, and we are thrilled to go
مفروض الكوميونيكيشن ستوديو بس ما تشوف انه قاعد يتوصلون الى اللعيبه.
Which is bonkers.
It's a little bit younger than us.
Yes.
Just a little bit.
Just a touch. Thank you so much for not revealing my age.
Oh, you're quite welcome. We don't do that here. It's a safe place. Thank you. I'm thrilled to be here.
اذا ما كنت تدور بس انا اول لعبه كول اوف ديوتي لعبتها لو كول اوف ديوتي 3.
So ready to talk about Call of Duty.
انا عمري 32 سنه وللحين العب كول اوف ديوتي.
Next. Well, guess what?
20 سنه من اللعبه.
We're here to talk about Modern Warfare 3, and we're going to be getting into gameplay very soon. But we have some amazing guests coming in from the studios. I can't wait.
Yeah, that's right. We also have some awesome viewership rewards as well for people to watch at home, isn't that right?
Deathlord weapon blueprints.
Make sure you're dialed in on the broadcast here.
Gamer emblem.
You will have a chance to unlock in-game rewards for Modern Warfare 3 just for watching this stream on the official Call of Duty Twitch YouTube channel. Take a look and chat on either of these streams for more details for your chance to earn some of the awesome loot on the screen. I want that weapon charm.
Yeah, that's right. So make sure you go out there.
Turn my phone on.
I mean, honestly, there's no reason for you not to. But we've got some good stuff coming up on the horizon. But Steph, what do we have coming up first? This is one I'm very excited about.
Yes, we are diving straight into Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. Joining us now, the multiplayer team from Sledgehammer Games: Adam Iskov, Senior Development Director; Greg Reisdorf, Multiplayer Creative Director; and Kim Wigan, Development Director. Guys, welcome.
هم مطورين سلايدشامر ها؟ هي ترى كان فكرتها بلتس كومبات بيسن اللون.
Yeah, we have a run of show. We have a direction that we're going to go in, thankfully. But guys, this has to feel very freeing. It has to feel like.
خلت ماشي لكم الترجمة ولا خليكم من ناحية الترجمة؟ ما في لهجة إنجليزية للأسف.
All in real time.
Yeah, it's wonderful to be here. It's wonderful to have all the creators being able to play, give us feedback on the game right away, and.
level حق لعبة Modern Warfare 3.
Jump right into beta.
البيتا 32
level
30.
But we're going to get straight into gameplay for the folks behind us. But before we do, Greg, can you give us a top line of what the community can really expect in the multiplayer experience for Modern Warfare 3?
We have one of the greatest sets of launch maps ever coming to the game, and we've taken these maps and we've really revitalized them and modernized them with the latest in visuals, audio, effects, as well as gameplay coming to bat on those, and it's just fantastic to have them. We also have a ton of new mechanics coming into the game around movement, around being able to be responsive in the moment in that combat, and we have the largest set of weapons ever in Modern Warfare in multiplayer.
Yeah, with carry forward from Modern Warfare 2, of course, you're going to be taking your inventories with you.
أكثر من 30 سلاح في لعبة Modern Warfare 3 ولكن أكيد تقدر تستخدمها.
With that largest weapon slate coming to multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3, very exciting stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to seeing as soon as our gamers all just decided to like load up and get into the action. It's going to be really pumped. We're going to be all really pumped to just see it because I had a chance to play it. And I really did enjoy it. I really did enjoy it. So, I mean, credit to you guys for making something that is not just fun, but also brings back a very familiar feeling for old heads like myself that just, like me some good old-fashioned boots-on-ground COD.
Thank you. That is we play it every day, and like every day I come in, I'm excited to play it. I'm excited to get in there and just grind away.
Yeah, and each year, with the franchise, we intend to take a step forward. Modern Warfare 3 is definitely that. It's the next chapter. We're progressing things. And one of the things you mentioned that I think we'll be talking a lot about today is this player freedom. In a lot of
whoa. No.
Adam, what can we expect to see down there when the gameplay starts?
I think we've already heard some great positive feedback from the people that really know this game and, breathe it every day. So I think once the gameplay kicks off and everybody is able to get their hands on it in the beta starting tomorrow, we're really going to see, continued positive sentiment. The feel of Modern Warfare 3.
Well,
قاعد يشير علي انا يا ربع.
For the first time Check out Modern Warfare
قاعد يشيف
for the
ليش؟
first time on stream. This is so exciting. And I look.
قاعد يشيف عندهم يا ربع. مو من عندي من عندهم الظاهر. في إنه في
to dive
مشكلة.
into, we're going to be pretty much here the entire time talking through this and then pointing out things
Kid,
that we
bro?
see, things that catch our attention that we want to highlight for the
Whoa,
community.
whoa,
And
whoa,
as it stands
whoa,
right
whoa.
now, I mean, we have all these incredible creators, Stephanie, that are participating in this.
Yo!
And you know that they're loving every minute of it.
Let's
Playing
go!
with the homies, always a good time.
لا please let's
There's so much to talk about, but let's start small for today. We're going to be playing 5 maps here, and those are the 5 multiplayer.
Oh please لا تقطع علي. هل جاتك دعوة لأمريكا ولا لا والله ما جات لي دعوة. كلش ما جات لي دعوة. ايه مشيب يا ابا مشيب عندهم. يلا صدق ما حزتكم صدق ما حزتكم. شوف فاك هاتشيك الحين طق ذي ب7 بس سووا لي اللون بليز. طق ذي يوتيوب زادكم تشير حزتكم.
Fun for me, as I had mentioned previously, you know, having played and competed way back in the day in Modern Warfare 2 and stuff. And
ما اعرف امك شيء.
Because like, you know, I look at Favela and I remember a long time ago and Clayster eliminated me from a game battles tournament and absolutely bopped me in the middle, you know, in front of all my friends. He doesn't remember it, but I remember it for the rest of my life.
That's all that matters.
اعتقد عندي AC off.
A special place in my heart for sure.
I think the coolest thing for me is dropping into a brand new set of maps, but having enough familiarity. I know right where I am, right? But a lot of what we've done and what we're going to see today are these great sledgehammer touches that you guys have brought to these maps. For Modern Warfare 3.
يعني let's you
true to the original design and layout of the original maps. So if you remember some sweet spots, some lines of sight from the originals, those are still going to be there. But we've also made some adjustments to just make them feel better for Modern Warfare 3's player movement and weapon feel.
هل في شخص عربي جت له دعوة؟ ما ادري انا توقعت كان بينادون كانسل بس كانسل اشوفه الحين لا قاعد يسوي بث اذا ما خاب ظني. اعتقد عقب الحدث ترى تقدر تلعب تقدر تشوف احد البثوث اللي قاعد يسوونه الحين. هاج كنت اتابعه من السنين. هو والجرس اوبتيك بريديتور.
Watch me, I'm a 360 off it. I'm like, oh, here we go. We're already there.
It was so important to us to keep all
بس الاوبتيك مو اوبتيك كنا من كول اوف ديوتي فانجارد.
and being able to have this in the game, but also have this modernization of the movement, how we're able to work with the high mantles in the game now, like all of this stuff that we're watching in high res. You can now go over a lot of this with mantles, and you can go over, like you can use your slide canceling, you could do all of that.
I was going to ask about that.
جوبو
a layer of, you know,
اي اوكي اي بشو حتى مسوي الزومبيز. اعتقد اكثر شيء راح يركز على الزومبيز اذا ما خاب ظني بشو.
It does, and one of the things about these maps is these maps were made 14 years ago, like and to have that, like
بس ترى للعلم الايفنتس الحين ترى قاعد يصير لها مشكله. شوف الناس ما تشوفون الظاهر في تخفيف الصوت او شيء.
Yeah, it is, and you have to bring everything up to the standard of today. And when we've gone through and we've maintained a lot of that within these maps.
ان شاء الله في دعوه مهلا ان شاء الله اذا الله كتب العكس ليش لا. نحاول قدر الامكان ان شاء الله نفيدكم اهم شيء.
Still there, and you're going to have fun. You're going to be able to do those opening moves, those opening snipe shots, especially in high rise, just off the bat.
استخدم كل سويك يا هاج. هنشيك سالفه.
There's going to be more down the line.
Oh, for sure.
Let's talk about the launch maps. Yeah.
So in addition to these 5 that we're playing today, day 1 on launch, we're going to get the rest of the 16 OGs from 2009. So we're talking Karachi, Invasion.
ذاك ايام منتجات كنت اسويها.
You know, sub base rundown.
صدق ايام برو.
ايام. Yeah, so we're super excited to bring in those. And in addition to those OGs, we have some new ground war maps that we're launching too.
So ground war map. بس ما حبيت هذه.
brand
ما
new,
حبيته.
which is the the traditional like 32v32 vehicle gameplay. Yeah, so that's going to be an awesome alternative for people if they want to take a break from 6v6 or just mash it up.
Like want to go bigger.
ايه صوت الجيم بلاي مالهم وايد متركب عن صوت الحكي اللي هم قاعد يقولونه. في مشكلة عندهم في الايفنت.
Crazy, like huge battles. Like this is so exciting.
Ground War is a great mode for that, and
نبي سنايبر جيم بلاي يلا عاد حطوا فيس سكوب او شيء كمان.
Another mode coming back that many of us know and love originally from Call of Duty World War II, and that is War Mode.
That's right.
Wow.
Yeah, we are super. I mean,
War
Mode
huh?
holds a special place in my heart too. From 2017, it's a brand new map that's launching on day one as well. It's got the attacker defender gameplay that we remember from the mode, the linear objectives, the buildables, the scripted events. It's really exciting to see that be part of our game.
Awesome. So we've got Ground War, we've got 6v6, we've got War Mode, and a little something we're going to get to later in the show, a brand new mode coming to multiplayer that will be available at launch and also playable in the beta.
That's right. Yeah.
Very exciting stuff.
Yeah, it's really so cool to see a lot of these players get
وايد
back
يقطع
to,
عندهم ترى مو مشكلة النت اللي انا عندي ترى مشكلة الايفنت. الايفنت ما اعرف سالفتهم قاعد يقطع وايد.
They're discovering these maps for the first time. They're seeing them with fresh eyes. But here that's not the case. We got a lot of familiarity here, and now the fresh eyes are going to be like, what did they add?
اي نادوهم نواف نادوا 200 واحد على اساس يلعبون يشيكون بضبط الوقت.
You guys really focused on keeping the core of the maps.
We love these maps. Like these are, we've adopted these maps internally at Sledgehammer. We treat them as our own. And we've gone through every nook and cranny, understanding them, understanding where all of the Easter eggs are, where all the lines are.
حق السيمس عندهم ما عندي مشكلة أنا.
PowerPoints about it that just allow us to go through and really understand like what makes these maps work. And then what we've done is we've taken that nostalgia and we've also added that modernization of spice on top of it. That when you're playing these, when you're coming back to them, it is familiar, but also new at the same time, where you're now able to mantle over things that you were never able to get to. You're able to get up on top of things. Right here, we're watching.
There we go. Yeah. There it is.
I live here.
Right on. And to Greg's point too, when these maps first came out in 2009. Hardpoint did not exist. Kill Confirm did not exist. So those are brand new modes for these maps that were never
elevate some of these maps that maybe were played like competitively or even casually back in the day.
Whole new experience.
Whole new experience.
You have some of those maps, those larger maps in Modern Warfare 209, like Derail and Underpass, and those play fantastic when you get into 10v10 or 12v12. We've had those modes are coming. They're going to come out after launch. And it's just fabulous to be able to play them on there. We also have control for those CDL players out there.
CDL folks, yes.
And that's going to be amazing to watch the competitive community go to town on these maps and really, play them and understand what's happening.
Well, we're watching some great action here. We've been flipping around a bit. In that sniper lane. That's all I got to say. I will be waiting for you in the video tomorrow.
This is so great.
ADS ready.
I know we've been talking a lot about
بس شيء وايد غريب تشوف مثلا واحد يلعب هاي رايس بس يلعب كل كونفيرم. قبل كان ما في نوعية من الجيم بلاي. أنا ما أنت بعرف شنو يصير لو كان في هارد بوينت.
So cool. I'm just gonna take a moment to appreciate that. Like it's not every day that you get to not just go back and like relive things.
أتمنى جزء يكون جديد ومميز يختلف عن اللعبة الأصلية. والله تبي صدق أتوقع أن لعبة مودرن وارفير 3 مبنية على أن هي اللعبة الأصلية مال لعبة مودرن وارفير 2 2009. فحتى المابات نفس ما قال لك مابات الأصلية اللي هو عبارة عن 16 ماب اللي احنا نعرفه لو عبارة عن فافيلا وذلين. كشيء جديد غير الموفمنت رجعوا كل شيء. هذا الفيديو قبل كنت سويته انا من قبل يوم او يومين. ترى على حسب الدعاية اللي احنا شفناها ما في حتى الان ولا شيء جديد في لعبة كول اوف ديوتي. كل شيء بس يقول لك رجعنا مابات قديمة رجعنا الموفمنت، رجعنا مثلا الجان سميث من ناحيه المحتوى وطريقه تفاصيل الجان سميث. كلمه رجعنا اعتمدوا عليه كثير خصوصا في هالجزء. اتمنى يقولون لنا شيء جديد نقدر نعتمده. اوكي كلعبه كوف ديوتي جديده نبي شيء جديد، مو بس انه صلحنا اللعبه. تعرف؟
So anyway, take a look, take notes here with the pros playing.
شباب انا شريت تبع حق ايرلي اكسس باكر ان شاء الله نبتدي.
That's right.
نلعب البيت ان شاء الله، فاتمنى اشتراك في القناه يا شباب. باكر باذن الله راح نلعب كول ديوتي مودرن وارفير. انا كلاعب سوني اوريدي سويت بري اوردر فراح نشيك ان شاء الله، فاتمنى اشتراك في القناه وكون شاكر لكم ونبتدي ان شاء الله في ناحيه لعبه مودرن وارفير بيتا حق السون ان شاء الله. ما كنت اتمنى ان يسوون هاي العاب وورزون ذي خنقاله شيلد وسموك.
Starting season 1, we have a bunch of new maps coming. So season 1 we're dropping 3, season 2 dropping 3 more new ones. So over the course
of الحين قلنا أشكر
12 new 6v6 maps.
حد او بي شنو يبدل الشيلد والسلاح؟
That is a big map pool to choose
وايد.
And these are all different sizes of maps, different locales for all different play styles. You know, you might see 1 or 2 fan favorites come back as well over the course of live season, but we have a bunch of new maps coming that we're really excited about.
And those are 6v6 competitive
6v6
maps that players can play. There are other maps in there as well that we'll talk about once we get into the live season, but 6v6 core maps.
صدق كنت اكره هالماب انا. جو سوافي.
You know what you can do with them? You can vote. We're going to see it in a lobby soon, but map voting is back, folks.
Yeah, that's huge.
Get excited. I mean, the community has been thrilled. I can't wait to see it in action here today. I'll be taking notes on which ones the winners of the group. I think we have a good feeling.
Somebody voted for a state, it looks like. Here, we're looking at a state.
Oh, nice.
حركاتهم حركة تسويق ما يفكون كجيمر أو لعبة بس فلوس حلب خصوصا لأن مع مايكروسوفت الحلب اللا نهائي. صح كلامك للأسف. يعني انا الحين اقول ان لعبه كول اوف ديوتي ما تستاهل مطور نفس مطور اكتيفيجن للاسف. يعني وايد يعني اخطاء بالسنين حق هاللعبه. تعرف والله حرام. يلا سعود هلا حبيبي عليك السلام ورحمه الله. شلونك اخوي؟ نوبه.
The offering which you know, we didn't have back then.
We've honestly already been talking to CDL a little bit about some of their favorites, about what they might want to play, and it's great to get their feedback on to see how the competitive.
All right, we're looking at Lupo, my guy Lupo. He is in his loadout editor.
3 perks, huh?
Here he's got the lightweight boots, and
I took 3 perks.
Take us through what we're seeing here and how
lightweight boots
has changed.
Diamond boots, stalker boots, tactical boots. هذه نفس اللي انا حطيتها في التويتر. نفس اللي حطيتها انا في التويتر. الحمد لله سعود هلا حبيبي. الحمد لله بخير الله يسلمك. شريته بري اوردر ولا لا سعود؟ متحمست باللعبه ولا لا؟
Now they're all also represented with physical gear items. So everything that you see there has some contextualization for players. So it's not just.
بس لاحظت انك تحط 3 اشياء.
You're getting these movement boosts because you're bringing in boots, or you're getting this
من البوفكات.
weapon handling
عبارة عن gear وهاندل وخوذة.
So we really like to add that sort of context for players to understand what they're bringing.
ماب فوت الناس لما تشوفون تحت يسار.
It's logical, but you're also going to see some of the same perks that we know and love.
مين يصوت على ستيت؟ لعبوا راس صدقكم بتاعوا.
What are you guys most excited about to see here with players getting into that loadout edit, kind of customizing these builds out for their play styles?
I think for me it's all of the movement aspects of it, right? So we have so many things that are on there on perks that are around.
مشكلة هي إن ما في منافس في الأرقام. لو كان في منافس كان أكتيفيجن تتعب على كل جزء من جد وتصنع لنا الأشياء الجديدة هذه. أي والله. أو أي لعبة بشتي أنا كنت أتمنى أن لعبة إكس ديفايند تكون لعبة ممتازة على أساس حتى حق المالتي بلاير بس تكون حلوة. حلوه يعني اودي ان اكس ديفايند احد العيوب انه ما في تفرق حق اي اطوار ثانيه يعني ما في كابت رويال زومبيز او اي شيء ثاني او حتى مثلا ويبن اكسبانشن ولا شيء بس بيور مالتي بلاير. فانا اكيد راح اعرض في اكس ديفايند راح تنزل احتمال تاريخ 16 لا 17 10 اذا ما خاب ظني. فان شاء الله تكون كمالتي بلاير وكمنافسه حق لعبه كول اوف ديوتي او على الاقل بس في 6 ضد 6 اتمنى هالشيء. انت متحمس ولا لا؟ انا تبون الصدق امالي جدا قليله لان في النهايه انا ادري ان لعبه مودرن وارفير 3 هي عباره عن مودرن وارفير 2 2.0 يعني بس كل شيء اللي تشوفه انت في لعبه مودرن وارفير 3 الحين عباره عن ابديت بالنسبه لي عباره عن ابديت حق لعبه مودرن وارفير 2 بالنسبه لي. طبعا هيك عن الزومبي انا متحمس له. وورزون رانك انا متحمس انا الحين بديت احب بعد وورزون رانك قدم كان العب يا اخواني والشباب فاحس انه حلو يعني الموضوع. بس اكثر شيء اتوقع زومبي يكون وايد ممتاز. شنو اسوي في روحي الحين؟ هذه كقوة السباز اذا ما خاب ظني.
It's classic gameplay return to classic maps. I think to your point on these maps it makes perfect sense especially with the familiarity and even for new players.
انت تلعب بس زومبيز مفروض ان شاء الله اذا اللي انا سمعته من الاشاعات مسكت واحد ما عنده اللي انا سمعته من الاشاعات ان الزومبي يكون زومبي في وورزون ماب وورزون فما اعرف.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. We've talked about a little bit of movement, but I'd like to get into some of the nitty-gritty. Slide.
بس الاشياء اللي تشوفها هنا يعني كنا بس بدأ ما يعدلونه في لعبة مودرن وارفير 2 عدلوها بصيغة ان تعال ادفع $70 ادفع $100 حق لعبة ومحسنة من لعبة مودرن وارفير 2 هذا اللي قاعد اشوفه الصراحة. بس هذا مو بيعني انه ما راح نعرضك في لعبة كول اوف ديوتي اكيد راح نعرضك اكيد راح نطلع المسري كاموز اكيد راح نطلع ان شاء الله في مسري كاموز زومبيز انا حد متحمس واطلع النوعيه من الكاموز ان شاء الله.
And it felt right, you know, and we're just so happy that we have it back in, and we know that I think we feel that players are really going to be happy.
هم نصابين اكيد نواف اكيد $70 اي اهم شيء تدفع كابتن اهم شيء ادفع بالنسبه لهم هاللون مبدا يعني قصوا علينا انا قالوا لعبه مودرن وارفير 2 عباره عن سنتين بعدين 2024 راح تكون من تريلر بس اعتقد استانسوا على المبيعات. حسنا وايد استانسوا على المبيعات لعبه مودرن وارفير 2 فقال ليش ما نخليها كلعبه جديده في ونسمى لعبه مودرن وارفير 3 هذا كان يبغوا يحلبون الموضوع. بس تعتبر افضل من كولد وور وفانغارد. انا بالنسبه لي لعبه كولد ديوتي كولد وور افضل لعبه كولد ديوتي من اخر 5 سنوات بالنسبه لي. اكيد في ناس كثيره تحب كود 16 انا بالنسبه لي كان لعبة متكاملة من ناحية مالتي بلاير زومبيز اشياء ثانية وحتى القصة كان بالنسبة لي كولد وور صراحة احسن كول ديوتي مع انه بالنسبة لي مو باحلى كول ديوتي تعرف بس افضل كول ديوتي متوازنة من ناحية كل شيء مو بس سيرش مو بس سنايبر مو بس يعني مهما كان الوضع كل شيء بشكل عام. الحمد لله عندي بلاك اوبس زومبي 3 بلاك اوبس 3 زومبيز لا تقارن حتى بلاك اوبس 2 اذا ما خاب ظني بلاك اوبس 2 زومبيز اللي كان فيه باص تروح من منطقه ثانيه وكان فيه بنك اعتقد بلاك اوبس 2 لا ايام القديمه دوما يكون احلى اكيد احسن زومبي بلاك اوبس 3
You certainly
يجوز
feel
إيه؟
like you have a bit more time to evade. Definitely,
Yeah.
you have more
يجوز.
survivability. You have more options with the freedom of movement
Yes, it certainly.
to get out of combat.
الشيء اللي يخليهم
And that includes
يستمرون في
movement.
حل
So I would like to
هو
shout out
مطبلين
Yes,
لما
backstance is
تتنفذ
a
اللعب
fantastic addition
كأنك
to our movement set
اي
as well
سيفت
as
اهله اي
what
صدق.
you're doing with tactical gameplay. It is a mix between.
للأسف
right in
يعني في
between
ناس سيدة
your aim down the
يعني
sights and
الناس
very, like, you know,
بس
pinpoint
تتحمس
accuracy
إنه
in your hip fire. So the hip fire is gonna be
كان
that big
واحد
threat
باقي
that you
منك
have.
خلينا نقول مليون
And
دينار.
so what it allows you to do is
بعدين
when you're
عقب
ready
كم
to
اشياء
actually
قال
go
لك
in and
اوكي
attack.
خلاص بروح ارجع لك 500,000 دينار. فانت تتحمس تقول اوه خلاص رجعوا 500,000 دينار حقي. زين يا كابتن انت المفروض لك مليون دينار يعني. حرام.
Almost like a little bit of a sub where you can kind of
like
push corners a little bit more aggressively with it.
It's great for a CQB.
Yeah. So it feels like you're getting the best of both worlds with it while also still.
ايش دخل الزد او جي في مودرن؟ ما فاهم. الزد او جي استخدموا لعبة
like
لك
being able to take
كولد
those
وور.
longer range when we talked earlier about derail or some of the larger maps, like you want to be able to run a longer gun. So being able to take that in and then going to canted, going to tack stance, inside, indoors, going in those warehouses is a fabulous mechanic to have.
We just saw it here. We're seeing some clips of it. Yep.
Yeah, and it is very good. I haven't used it myself. I can see
يعني
the application for it, and I think we're going to see some awesome outplay opportunities. Like players are going to go nuts with that feature.
Yeah. It's also nice just if you have a specific playstyle. Adam, you mentioned it's really great for close quarters combat, which is
اي بالضبط. حتى بلاك اوبس 4 يجي منه.
But I think it's there if you want it, and if you're not, if you
اعطاك كلسفيك. خلينا نشوف الكلسفيك ازاي شوي كابتن.
It's an option.
هذه بلوبرنت ديث انيميشن. فعلا ان شاء الله تفلس الشركه بس تستمر اللعبه مع مطورين افضل. اشتري اتمنى مايكروسوفت يسوون شيء من ناحيه لعبه كول اوف ديوتي. يعني للاسف حتى الاكتيفيجن من قبل يوم يعني امس او اول امس صرحوا ان عندهم لعبه كول اوف ديوتي 2027. تتخيل ايش ما راح يتعبك في الحين لو في اي عيوب في لعبه مودرن وورفير 3 ما راح يعدلون لك بشكل مباشر وقد امكان ما يصرفون عليك من ناحيه تحديثات حق اللعبه نفسها. يوم انت عندك لعبه كول اوف ديوتي 2027.
AR. There's snipers up at the top of the tower. There's, you know, on a map like this, that's.
راح يلعبون زومبي ذول او لا علي شو اخبارك حبيبي كله تمام. راح يلعبون زومبي راح يغطون لنا اشياء مال الزومبي اليوم. اي صح راح يغطون لنا اشياء زومبي بس للحين قاعد تحكوا عن سالفه المالتي بلاير. في ناس الحين يلعبون بلاك اوبس 3 ما استبعد انه اذا كان زومبيز ما استبعد صار.
To watch without a doubt here, but we're going to take a quick break from the gameplay for a brief second. We actually wanted to mention an awesome partnership between
معطوب في مودرن وورفير 3 السلاح ضابط بالشكل.
You should be seeing in a moment at a limited edition Call of Duty Hundreds clothing line, and you have a chance to win one of these 50 sets. So simple. All you got to do is follow at Call of Duty on X or Twitter.
أبو خليل هلا حبيبي وش رايك في الجيم بلاي الحين؟
And hashtag sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets.
اللي شفته المفروض يصير من قبل سنين يعني مو بالحين. يعني ما شفت شيء اللي ابهرني الا وحشتني ايام مودرن وورفير 2 2009 من ناحيه حلو تشوف راس بهالطريقه حلو تشوف مثل هاي رايز حلو تشوف فافيلا بالانجن الجديد. ولكن كل ذي اللي قاعد تشوفه قدامك يقدرون يسوون بابديت واحد بس حق لعبه مودرن وورفير 3 لعبه مودرن وورفير 2. هاي الشيء اللي يقهرني بس. بس دائما اللعبه كول اوف ديوتي راح تكون لعبه اوكيد يعني اتوقع ان شاء الله تكون لعبه ممتازه بس لا تنسوا طبعا في سكيل بيس ماتش ميكر للحين هالسوالف لا تنسوا هالشيء.
Is available for you day one in Modern Warfare 3, so you can go ahead and use that. Any operator that you've purchased or that you've unlocked as well.
آخر سنة حق Activision copy paste صح.
The season 6 battle pass is
صح
coming with us.
Activision للأسف ما راح تصرف ولا دولار على أساس إن قد بإمكان يسوون لك شيء يذهل يعني يكون مذهل واو وما شاء لا ما يسوون لك شيء. شنو اكثر شيء الناس شنو اكثر شيء يبيعونه باقل تكاليف؟ هل تفكيرهم فقط لا غير. الاي سي ار اي اس اف موجود من ساعة كان الواحد يلعب فيه.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some of the other new challenges coming.
عبد الله العوضي ايام ايجل
the camo grind is
ايجل ايام قسم بالله عبد الله والله العظيم ما حد يتذكر الايام ايجل. طبعا تحكي عن ايام بلاك اوبس 1 مودرن وارفير 2 2009 كود 4 لون ايام كود ايام صدق ايام حلوه. انا الحمد لله ابو خليل انا الحمد لله اني ما شريت كود 19 ولا كود 9 كود 6. اوكي بس شوف يعني الاشياء احنا قاعد نشوفها نوستالجيا يعني ذكرنا بايام اول بس ما ظنيت كثير ناس بتحب كثير لعبه مودرن وارفير او مابات ما لعبه مودرن وارفير 3 اللي هي اصليه حق لعبه مودرن وارفير 2 2009. بس انا عندي فضول يعني الحين قاعد تشوفون قاعد يلعب هارد بوينت وفي كل كونفيرم. ايام قبل 2009 ما في هارد بوينت ما في كل كونفيرم. فاتوقع ابي شو شلون يكون الوضع تعرف. بس اتمنى يسوون ناس بلاك اوبس اللي يحطون اسم العدو مو بس نقطة حمراء تعرف. انا اتمنى صدق. سامي اخيرا لاعب كود مثلك تقبل الكلام. اغلب الناس اول ما تنطق حرف يعطيك يا ابنه. انت والناس في مثلك يحسنون المجتمع. حبيبي سامي. يعني انا بالنسبه لي يعني في النهايه ما فيك واحد لا انت غلط انا الصح. في النهايه في ناس تحب جيت باكس، في ناس تحب الستايل القديم الحرب العالميه الثانيه، في ناس تحب الستايل المودرن اللي هو انا احب الستايل المودرن، في ناس لا والله تحب مثلا الستايل البطيء، الستايل اللي تكمبر، الستايل تحط كليمه وانطر، في ناس لا تحب موفمنت، تحب كويك سكوب، في ناس سنايبرات. يعني واحد ما قاعد يطلعها بمنظور لعبه كول ديوتي مالتي بلاير. لكن في النهايه كل واحد رايه كيفك، في ناس ما بتحب هالشيء. ولكن اذا عجبتك لعبه مودرن وارفير بالعكس العبها كابتن، ما بقول لك ليش تلعبها انت غلطان انت مأساة انت ما عندك ذوق او اي كان، ما بقول هالشيء اكيد بالعكس. اهم شيء انت تستانس، انت سواء كان صانع محتوى او لاعب كول اوف ديوتي، رجعت من المدرسه رجعت من الشغل عندك فراغ تبي تلعب مو يعني العب شو انت تحبه.
Yeah, happy to. So what you're seeing right now are the weapon camos that are going to be in our Vault Edition.
عبد الله كنا نلعب تيم ديث ماتش وسيرش بس. اي صح. اي صدق.
And these
ايام هذه بلو برنتس.
If you get the Vault Edition plus all of their attachments. And they're reactive, so the better you do in the match.
هذه أغرب سنايبر شفته، شكله كنا AK. أبي نفس MSF.
And as you can see, also
AS 150 شيء.
of this. These are the Nemesis skins. So there is a blue version and a red
عبد الله
version.
ذكر أكثر شيء كنا نلعب سيرش. ذكر جاكي كان يحط C4 ويحط كليمو بنفس الوقت. أيوه والله صدق. سيرش 2009 مودرن وارفير 2 كان بينكر. صدق ايام حلوه يا اخي.
hype on the internet, so I think people are really excited to see her in action in that skin. But one thing about the reactive skins, these are performance driven, so that effect actually will scale back if you stop getting kills.
تنشق شيء يخلي الشاشه غريبه فيها الوان اللي قاعد يلعب يستخدم اصابع اعصاب. وش فايدتها؟ قصدك تحت يمين اي في اشياء غريبه المفروض يشرحون لنا، بس الحين اوريدي قاعد يسوون دعايه حق بلو برنتس مالهم.
I understand as well that there is also a new system that you guys
have
on top of that with the aftermarket parts, right? Which that if we could dive a little bit more into that sounded really fascinating. They kind of like make guns play in a different way just off of one part alone.
Yeah, it is. And here we're seeing a little bit of it where this is
وكان
our
التيكيت
LFG
غير
that has a
يمكن
full
والله.
conversion to it. So they're full
سكيد
conversion
رو
kits
بابت
that
اخ
allow
عبد
these
الله لا
weapons
تعوق
to really go
قلبي.
cross-class and to change up. They are meaningful, powerful changes.
And that's
everyone.
a Renetti.
That's a Renetti that is actually turning into an SMG with this conversion kit. It's like a 3D printed part on there.
No secondary.
No secondary. So what you do not, like we have a gunner vest that allows you to take a primary as a secondary. You do not need to take that if you're
شو
swapping out your Renetti for that aftermarket
يعني
part.
الفيديو اللي انا
to
سويته
make it
قبل
into
كم من يوم اقول يعني الحين انت لو عندك بيستول تبي تحوله الى اس ام جي زين يعني انت ما بتهدي الام بي 5 وام بي 7 واي يو جي او ايسو او اي كان اساسا عندك بيستول مثل اس ام جي بيكون اس ام جي ضعيف اشكره اذا كنت ما عندك ناحيه الدقه اذا
So at launch, they're actually
قاعد واحد
we have a
كم
new system
واحد.
called weekly challenges. It is pretty much exactly as it sounds. There are challenges.
لازم يرجعون اي 12 العنقبده او ما يرجعون الشات جن موديل ويرجعون الشات جن الرينجرز العنقبده هذاك لو اذبحوا واحد بالرينجرز كان حده يعصب اذا كان يلعب في السيرش ايام 2009.
We have an aftermarket part reward for those, completing those challenges.
فوكس هاند بي سي اشوف احلى جزء حاليا جمع كل شيء ان شاء الله اتمنى صدق معنى كلمه اتمنى تكون احلى جزء كول ديوتي ليش لا انا كان صانع محتوى بستفيد انت كلاعب كول ديوتي بتستفيد اي واحد من الشباب راح يستفيد بالنهايه الكل نتمنى ان تكون هذه اللعبه افضل لعبه كول ديوتي على الاقل في اخر 5 سنوات ان شاء الله ومن امي عبد الله ايه حط سيفه ومن امي وحطه بس سيده ايام خالد شو رايك في اللعبه اتوقع اللعبه بتكون اتوقع اللعبه بتكون عاليه جدا عاديه جدا اتوقع انا انت لو تلعب كل شيء مو بجديد على اللعبه حسه ما ادري بس هل احسن من لعبه مودرن وورفير 2 اتوقع الاحسن من كول اوف ديوتي فانجارد اتوقع ايه يعني اتمنى احسن بعد من كود 16 انا بالنسبه لي احسن كول اوف ديوتي في اخر سنين لايك اوف كولد وور عجبتني مع انه مو الافضل لعبه كول اوف ديوتي ولكن الافضل في ناحيه اخر السنين اخر 5 سنين بالنسبه لي ناحيه مو بس مود واحد او مالتي بلاير من ناحيه كل شيء عندي بالنسبه لي صراحه فن بس في نهايتها مود وورفير 3 اتوقع ما تغير ولا شيء كلعبه جديده لو تقول لي شنو الشيء الجديد اللي ما في كل كول اوف ديوتيز انا متسلفاب ما اعرف اكيومبو اس ام جي اوريدي كان في 2009 جون سميث نفسه بيستل تخلي اس ام جي تحس انه ما له فايده يعني ليش تسوي له عندك ام بي 5 عندك وايد من الاسلحه ليش تسوي له مشكلة ان اكتيفيجن تركز جلب الكود وعندهم اكثر من 10 عناوين اللعبه تريبل اي مخليها في الدرج مغابرة يا ريت كان كل التركيز على الكود بي لا فايدة أنا كل لعبة كول اوف ديوتي صايرة أبديت إلا إذا كانت لعبة كول اوف ديوتي القادمة سواء كانت لعبة مستقبلية أو لعبة قديمة الناس حابة عن المية الثاني الناس ما أعطونا في كول اوف ديوتي فانجارد من يلعبها على 5 وعنده دوب فريم في الوور زون ترى وور زون نحن ما نعرف شيء عن وور زون حتى الآن هذه ستيت يعني أنا أشوف الموفمنت صراحة موفمنت حلو كلعبة كول اوف ديوتي الحين أي موفمنت راح تشوفه طبعا أكيد أفضل من لعبة مودرن وورفير 2 لعبة مودرن وورفير 2 من أبطأ كول اوف ديوتيات اللي لعبناها صراحة كان اقوى شوتجن في العالم السباس ايه وكان سكندري شوتجن سباس كان سكندري تتخيل انت؟ واضح كلش
them play as well because there's so many things that they're doing. Like earlier we were watching a circuit.
انا ما عجبني السلايد يشبه كود 18.
Just looks so hot going through it.
يعني
being able to mantle.
انت لو تفكر فيها كول اوف ديوتي فانجارد ترى هي الانجن المحسن من لعبه مود وورفير كود 16. هم سووا هالشيء بالعمد.
I also saw a couple people pop off with Battle Rage. So Battle Rage is back.
Battle Rage is back. So it is very powerful. So if you
اتوقع مسألة وقت شنو يرجعون الاسلحه القديمه. هذا اتوقع. فوكس هاند بي سي بتكون حلوه اذا بتكون حلوه اذا كان خريطه الزومبي كلها مثل دي ام سي. انا سمعت هالحكي، سمعت ان مستخدمين على عن قلت لك تسويك.
That vest is we're contextualizing what you're actually putting in.
هو ذبحوه؟ خد شوف قصي.
Dictate what your tacticals, what tacticals
اعتقد هو ذبحنا.
how many you can take, how many lethals you can take, how many
well you get. يعني حتى الاوبتيك لو تشوفه كانه اوبتيك مال كول اوف ديوتي فانجارد اذا ما خطني لا.
But how many gear slots you can actually have. So with the engineering vest that I just mentioned, you're getting two tacticals.
فالزومبيز انا سمعت انه راح يستخدمون ماب وور زون وطريقه الستايل اللي يسوونه ستايل دي ام زي. هل الاشاعه لحد الان. شوف الاوبتيك بالضبط نفس كول اوف ديوتي نفس فانجارد. بد سلاح كابتن عاد خلينا نشوف الاي سي ار.
There are 4 vests to choose from at the moment. I believe.
Correct. In beta there are 4, yeah.
So in beta there are 4. Expect to see those tomorrow.
سكتها. شو الاوبتيك؟
A lot of people running infantry.
مال كول اوف ديوتي فانجارد.
Right here at the moment we just got a peek at the loadout.
That is going to allow your attack sprint to regen faster. It is the core. Like if you're familiar with Call of Duty, I imagine most of our people watching are. That is your core loadout. So you have your normal 3 perks. And you get your tactical, lethal, primary, secondary.
Yep.
And what's cool about the vests is they actually have perks baked into them.
الموفمنت اتوقع راح يكون افضل بشكل مو طبيعي اذا حطيت بوركات معينه. انا احس الحين هالبوركات او السلايد او موفمنت او اي كان يكون شويه
much more faster.
اسكوت 16 او شيء لون.
Yeah, I do like how you guys
بس السرعه لا بس احسن من مود وورفير 2 انا قاعد
make it also combined with other things or like really have everything kind of synergized together and have you create like the optimal build here.
الفايدوف عندي وايد مهم اني ارجعه. وايد عندي كان عندي مهم الفايدوف.
Because now what we've done is
هنا على الاقل الكوتن عنده مهمه.
More than we normally do. But we've also balanced that out with what you can't take in that same moment.
There are trade-offs, very clear trade-offs. I think what you're talking about, selecting the vest, selecting the boots. It's going to come at a cost, and that's where the balance lies.
Yeah, and we love that we are going to make decisions. You have to make those decisions before.
يعني هم قالين ان الاتش بي زيدوا وخلوه 150 بس حسيته حسيته لا شوف ايش قاعد يعني بالسبعه موت.
I can't change that was a trick.
The consequences are
go hide somewhere.
You to be in
I was like
you'll still have to live with the consequences of your actions.
I always do.
That moment.
They've been haunting me for years now. Let's talk. I haven't
وحشتني الاسبوع كل ما جاملي شنو؟
But I'm wondering about kill streaks.
kill جامة اوكي.
Favorites at the desk here.
Well, for sure. I mean, the equipment selection we have in Modern Warfare 3 is so much
Laser.
fun. I think, my personal favorite, we'll start with the Breacher drone, which is actually a lethal. It's in your lethal slot. So basically a handheld drone.
نحن شوف له السايبر قبل لي عادل. اعطونا فيز سكوب او شيء يا جماعه. والله شو هالماما يذكرني بالسيرش والله العظيم. سيرش كنا نطق الطوف على اساس قدم كان نحاول نحصل وول بانك. ايام كنا نسوي منتجات يا اخي ايام.
Which you shoot into the air and it basically encircles an area and then dive bombs an enemy when an enemy approaches that area.
I will in fact say that
ابو خليل هل اذا سويت سلايد باخر ركضه سريعه بعد مثل كود 16 لا ما ضاك بيتاخر اتوقع انه يكون بالضبط شوف السلايد كانسل شلون؟ السلايد كانسل بالضبط نفس كود 16 اذا مو احسن اذا حطيته على البوركوت اللي زيت من ناحيه سرعتك.
We have something called the ACS which is affectionately called the capture bot on the dev team. So it's basically this box that you throw down on a dom point or hard
هلا
point,
جوست هلا حبيبي
capture the point for you.
الزومبي مجاني
You can hang
ما
back
اعرف
and get in cover and then let it
ما
capture the
ظنتي.
point for you. So when enemies
إن شاء الله
come and take
مجاني.
it, you can take them out.
بس اذا مجاني بالعكس شيء وايد زين.
So just yesterday I had an awesome match where I put down an
لك انا
ACS
الحين متحمس لان دريت انه في كول اوف ديوتي زومبي راح يكون في ماستري كامو فبطلع ان شاء الله ماستري كامو عقب ما اطلع المالتي بلاير.
ACS out, and then the mosquito drone got it, and I didn't have to do anything. I was just like, "That's right. That's all my equipment doing
You're
the,
like, I
the
have
work for me."
crafted the master plan to capture this point.
I was pretty proud of myself. It was pretty epic.
حسان الباكشي شو السالفه ليش اغلب اللي يلعبون ما يسوون سلايد؟ مثال كان واحد يسوي تيست حق السلايد لو ترجع بس يمكن دقيقه راح تشوف بالضبط واحد قاعد يسوي تيست حق السلايد بس في النهايه كل واحد يعني ستايل في ناحيه اللعب واحد ستايل في طريقه اللعب اذا كان يبي يسوي سلايد كانسل ولا لا.
We have the Guardian that gets a lot of love. It's basically you know this thing that you put down that's an area of denial tool. You can just you know it really limits enemies moving.
شلون عن الابواب؟ هل راح يكون في ابواب كثيره؟ ان شاء الله ما يطلع ان شاء الله ما في وايد ابواب كثيره. بس في ثلاث بابكات هذا نحن عندي علامه استفهام يعني قبل كان مودرن وورفير 2 مخلينا في 4 بابكات بس الحين رجعوا حق نظام قديم 3 بابكات.
It just it creates like a ghost in a certain area, so you know it wipes out.
أنا الحين أحاول قدر الإمكان أركز على operators أحس إن الoperators كلها default أو إنه بالبندل.
In this certain area, but the counter to that is like everyone can see
the active area.
شوف الموفمنت إنه حد واحد يتحرك سلايد لا أتوقع طبيعي. رجعوا لنا مابات قبل هل احنا بندش بارتي ويا بعض نفس قبل؟ عبيد والله ما ادري عبود ما ادري والله انا تبون نلعب نفس قبل راح نلعب نفس قبل شوي ليش بالعكس خاطر اسوي فيديوهات وياكم ذلون ايام قبل عبود لو زعم كويك سكوب وذي صدق ايام.
Give us any little details on when we can expect to see ranked multiplayer.
We can. So our friends at Treyarch are on the case again.
اللي اشوفه قللوا البيان شنو؟ قصدك الوضوح حق اللعيبه.
Update it, modernize it from Modern Warfare 2, bring that forward, and then for season 1.5, which is mid-season one.
Sometime during season one.
We will have it out, and that's when it's going to launch because we want enough time where players can get familiar with everything, they can understand what's happening within the game, and start to build those restrictions within the game. And you can find out more from Treyarch as we go through development.
As we get closer, we're going to be talking more about it.
الرانك راح يكون في النص واحد في نص جنوري.
A ranked play coming to multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3. But that wraps up our core 6v6 gameplay for the day. We're going to see the folks behind us switch over. We've got an exciting new mode to talk about that we're going to get to here in a second.
New mode?
It's called Cutthroat. It is awesome. There's so much to get into there. But first, we have a quick special announcement for all of our PlayStation players out there like me. Take a look.
You know?
When they speak of me, they want to lock your doors. C'est mignon.
Enemy contact! Move!
That's cute.
طبعا ما في ولا لعبه تقدر تمشي اللون يا اخي اذا طاحت موارد راح تسمعها وتقلب عليه. كول اوف ديوتي نحن شويلات وانا وايد حماس بس ما حد يمشي اللون في لعبه كول اوف ديوتي مستحيل. والله حلو البندل قصدي يعني حلو البلو برنت لوك بيك لوك بيك اوكي.
Announcing the PlayStation exclusive Lockpick Operator Pack, including the Van Goated Lockpick Operator skin. the American Gothic blueprint, and the Starry Knife melee weapon blueprint. Lockpick is a cunning art feat with noble
اللوبي كان كله ايجل او ديفل. اي صدق.
PlayStation players can get the Lockpick operator by pre.
ذاك يوم قبل كنا ويا احمد نشيط نحلل اللعبه ذي.
On the PlayStation Store with the items playable.
لا اربع بوكات ابو خليل.
On November 10th.
بس انا كنت شفت 3 بوكات بس يمكن لو تحط اتاتشمنت.
This is my main in all the
يصير 3 اتاتشمنت 3 بوكات اذا حطيت اتاتشمنت معين.
Did you know she was an art thief?
I didn't know she was an art thief. I was like, Thomas Crown Fair, hello, it's me. But we're about to head into live gameplay action for a brand new mode coming to Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer. But first, a couple of words from our sponsors.
زين عبد الله عبد الكريم اللعبة حرام فيها $70 والله لا هم مغيمين قوائم ولا شيء بالضبط هاي شيء كنت اقوله انا لعبة مودرن وورفير 3 هو عبارة عن لعبة مودرن وورفير 2 2.2 معنى الكلمة
to see the limited edition watch collab. Backbone. Level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile.
يعني ما انا بالنسبة لي اعتبر DLC. كل ذي تشوفه تقدر تسوي فيه ابديت.
Unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Welcome back to Call of Duty next
ابو خليل فهمتك.
اوكي. Getting ready to hop into the brand.
متى رانك على قولتهم بداية شهر واحد على اساس ناس تتعلم لعبة كول اوف ديوتي ومابات كول اوف ديوتي.
So you're gonna have a little bit of a mosh pit there going on.
There's a lot of threes in it.
Yeah.
It's fun to say.
It is. It is hard to say after a while. It's all about elimination. So you're there. As long as your squad can take out the other 2 squads, you're gonna win. It is inspired by gunfight. Like you are actually like it is a very competitive mode. The thing that we like about it is it plays on all of our fantastic 16 launch maps that are there, and you get to play them in a new way. So in the past, like TDM, you're spawning at either side of the map. What Cutthroat is allowing us to do is put these triangular spawns in. There are 3 different teams. You have 3 points.
حبيب سامي تقبل الله لا تنسى اخوكم من الدعاء ان شاء الله. عبد الله عبد الكريم اليوم في كشف عن الزومبي ولا بس مالتي بلاير؟ لا المفروض في زومبيز على قولتهم المفروض في زومبيز ومفروض في وورزون ان شاء الله.
And it's one life to live mode. It's very fun.
You can regen your down teammates though if you see.
Yeah, so you got the revive.
اي عبد الله شيء طبيعي ترى. كأي لعبة يعني صعب ناحية خصوصا شعبية لعبة كول اوف ديوتي صعب ان سيديكم لعبة مثالية في ناحية اللاج وناحية دي. بس أهم شيء ما يصير نفس لعبة كول اوف ديوتي فانغارد اللي كلها باكيت لوست.
Yeah, and it's played on different maps. It's played on different maps, and so what we wanted to do is be able to really focus on the 16 maps that we had at launch, and be able to have a mode that is as exciting, as competitive, as gunfight in there.
You know, combat pacing. أنا حدي أتمنى combat pacing.
Go out and have fun and enjoy a new experience with their squad.
Yeah,
and you can take your loadout this time. So,
yes, that's what I was going to say. Unlike gunfight, we're not providing the squads with weapons. You can actually bring your blueprints and your loadout with you.
Yep,
that's right.
And it is sweaty.
It is a sweaty mode.
I am so excited to see these guys play it because they're awesome at the game anyway. We see
سؤالها صراحة غبي. يعني المود جديد 3 ضد 3 ضد 3 تقول يعني اهم شيء تاخذ اللودات وياك؟ اكيد تاخذ لودات وياك.
You can't get downed, but you and picked up by your teammates. Now what happens
not anymore?
Not anymore. So now when you're eliminated, you're out. That's it. You got to wait for the next round.
Yeah, you got to wait.
لازم تلعب مشبوط.
They go really fast. We spent a lot of time making sure that you just weren't sitting there with dead air essentially watching your teammates have fun. And that flag there is now available, so they can go and capture that flag. They got eliminated, but whoever gets that flag first, just like gunfight, is going to do it.
Okay.
Between rounds, you rotate where that flag is, because again, geometry, that triangle, right? We could put it in the center every time, but it gets a little difficult.
Yeah.
أنا صراحة يعني أكون صريح وياكم.
Yeah, exactly. And you again,
جروب شعبك كابتن شنو ذي؟
It is a lot of fun to have in there.
That guy's got really cool hair.
I was going to say something, but as a person who has none, I figured I would refrain from it.
No, I feel like if anything, awesome. It looks a lot like the Operator Oz in Modern Warfare 2, actually.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Back into Cutthroat again. I'm very interested in these smaller game modes because I think it just creates opportunities for you to have like those real like intense.
لحظة هالمكان في الست قبل كان ما في لا؟ حطه من على يمين البيت. أو لا تعال هاي واجهة البيت سوي. العبوا على ضغط الصوت. مو الصوت. أذكر في السيرش هني خصوصا البوم المفروض تكون يم الشاحنة فتشوف واحد منبطح داخل الغرفة بناحية داخل البيت الصغير.
might with the.
Okay. I love this guy's strat. It's good strat.
سيرش يا أخي سيرش ذاك في النوعية مفروض كان فاهم صدق حلو.
Because you just throw it out, pop it, and then if you get another player on the team, that they're going to show up constantly on your mini map.
A little bit like a snapshot, but it actually is going to stick to the enemy player. That player will then get a prompt. You might be able to tear it off.
أبو خليل موفمنت سريع أحس أيام إن شاء الله ويا MP5.
Way more visibility on the enemy.
إن شاء الله في أشياء ثانية غير MP5.
Be very overpowered if you hit them.
MP5 لو تفكر فيها ترى مسخر سلاح الكل يستخدمه.
The thermo barrack grenade.
حتى شو اسمه؟
It's kind of like a
World War, Coach Dash,
steroids.
World War
So it just like does a big boom and then also has area denial.
Yeah, it has area denial and it bounces, so it will not detonate on impact. So you can throw it around corners, you can throw it under cars.
Get that frag effect.
Yeah, and you know it adds a little bit of additional.
من يستخدم last stand فيه؟
Survive the initial blast of that one.
Right,
you could get taken out pretty easily afterwards.
Lupo just hit a clutch headshot. He is now he picked up his teammate, and we're swapping over to Favela.
والله.
Oh yeah.
I love this map.
هذه secondary يا بنت الحلال ايش قاعد تسوين؟
Yeah. I have to go with Favela. I just, you know, I know there are a bunch of high-rise stands amongst us. Yeah.
ما في ريكول.
Damn. But I mean, just look at it. This is beautiful.
Greg, you're the tiebreaker here. We've got 2 for high rise.
I love them all. They're all my babies.
Okay, fine.
Okay. All right.
Can't give any of
That's
them
no
up.
favorite children here. We got.
Favela is quite awesome with the.
عبد الله عبد الكريم شلون بيجيبون اسلحه مود وورفير 2 ويدمجونها بيكونون لخبطه لا تبي الصدق وايد سهل يبون اسلحه مود وورفير 2 يعني بمعنى الكلمه لعبه مود وورفير 3 نفس لعبه كل شيء في لعبه مود وورفير 2 بس الله ما زيد لك في السبيد في الموفمنت ساد كنسل رجعوه ابديت شويه في ناحيه الالوان رجع لك ابات قديمه بس هذا معنى الكلمه هذه لعبه مود وورفير 3 وايد سهل يعني قد كان
necessarily there before, so you can kind of see down the hill.
تستخدم أسلحة مود وورفير 2.
I am trash.
Any new windows?
يعني أنا بالنسبة لي لو أسلحة الحين اللون.
I thought it just was more open than it was previously.
والله يمكن في MSO, SAB.
Okay.
النوعين من السنايبرات.
There's a lot of those things that are in the like metrics wise, like the metrics have changed in a lot of things, like how large our doors are. We actually have the doors in here.
فوكس اون بي سي شكله ما في شيء عن زومبيز
والله
على حسب الخطه والتويت اللي هم حطوه قالوا انه بيحطون زومبيز بيحطون وور زون.
And I bring the window up only because to your point earlier it's those
بس هذه ايفنت يعني المفروض يطولون شوي. استوى هذه اول ساعه لا المفروض يعني
for the type of gameplay we're going to see here in Modern Warfare 3.
Well, while we have a moment and we're looking at Cutthroat, let's talk about some of the other modes as well. Ground War is one that I want to talk about. We touched on it a little bit earlier on. I want to dive back into it again because it's back in Modern Warfare 3. You got large-scale maps that are going to be coming at launch, and you know, I guess Kim, like, give us a rundown on Ground War because I'm very excited for this.
Yeah, I mean, we're so happy that Ground War is coming back in Modern Warfare 3. Again, this is our big 32v32 mode. It's the biggest battle that we have in the multiplayer experience. And we will be showcasing 3 new Ground War maps at launch, with 2 of them being playable in the open beta.
Okay.
I believe that's the Levin resort that we just saw there.
Yeah, right. So in the beta, we have Popov Power and Orlov Military Base.
Orlov Military Base.
Yeah, but these are the 3. Yeah, you got it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also have a few new vehicles. So during the open beta, you'll be able to play, I believe, 2 new vehicles for Modern Warfare 3, with more to come at launch and during live seasons.
That's right.
Awesome. And we mentioned it a bit earlier, but War Mode is returning. In addition to Ground War, the favorite from World War II.
أهم شيء يكون شنو؟
With Modern Warfare.
وخليل اهم شيء يكون الستم يستمر في وزن وماب وزن ممتاز وافضل كاس من الحين ESO و UMB. ما ظنيتي بيصير الستم نفس قبل، ما ظنيتي صراحه. مع ان الستم كان يعطيك اكشن صراحه، خصوصا لو تبي تقدر على احد او شيء.
Have a blast with the ICBMs as well.
Good pun. Good ICBM pun there.
Yeah, there was. It was trying to come out and it just didn't happen.
Yeah, well, I saw what you were doing there. I liked it. Yeah.
Catch of execution.
Really cool tank on screen that was just causing utter mayhem. Right. So that's what we care about.
It is that attack defense scenario where you are escorting that down the path, and it is a very linear combat. You have very clear lines of sight, clear battle lines.
تشيك equipment. ايوه شنو ذيك؟
66 5v5. What's the?
It is 66.
طقت من ورا كابتن.
Yeah. So it is classic war mode. If we all remember what classic war mode is, but it is linear objectives. There's 3 sets of them. And it is a fantastic experience that we're excited for players to get their hands on.
حتى معلق لو يبي يعلق على
the truth. Very
على طور جراند وور.
Which is the thing that really
يقول لك كل يعرف جراند وور واحنا متحمسين نشوف اللعيبه قاعد يلعبون جراند وور. ما عليه كلمه اوريدي ما عنده شيء يقدر يقول زياده حق جراند وور. بس انا اهم شيء كنت اتمنى يحطون شيء عن كومبات بيسي مان.
Make the decision. Go with your friends. Play what you want.
And like I mentioned about some of the new maps coming in live season, we have a bunch of new modes planned for live season as well that we're looking forward to sharing very soon.
Cool.
All right. Well, I'm all for it. I want to thank you guys so much for joining us here today to share Modern Warfare 3 with the world. And that is going to wrap it up for the MW3 multiplayer segment of the show. Once again, a big thank you to Adam Gray. But now we're going to head over to one of my favorite people. It's Maven, who's got a couple streamers that he's going to be putting in the hot and ready seat presented by Little Caesars. Trust me, it's as hilarious as it sounds. Maven, who you got?
Thank you. You know, when I thought about being hot and ready, the first thing that came to mind, it looks beautiful. Listen, the first thing you said to me is how fun this is, and you're like, I'm feeling like I'm 18 again, out frying.
Listen, I'm cranking out energy drink.
OBS قاعد يطلع صوت فالله يستر شنو يصير.
I just smoked Biffle. Where's he at? I don't know where he's at. Guy's incredible, but I smoked him with a shotgun. I'm feeling alert right now, Maven.
I can tell the second you sat down, like, my guy is locked. What have you loved the most so far about just getting in, diving in MW3?
Brother, all
وخليه ان شاء الله يرجع ايام كود 16 ايام الحسم والجلد. ان شاء الله يكون لعبه مود وورفير 3 تكون لعبه حلوه.
Well, was it a bit of a surprise at first? Like when you got in, like how much fun you were having? Like does it kind of defy expectations?
Listen, I was 16 when Modern Warfare 2 came out. So all these maps that we are playing in Modern Warfare 3 right now, throwing back, bro, it's just like you picked it right back up again, and I'm body. I don't know. It's so fun.
You're a talented and very handsome guy. Now let's talk about the chair. This is the hot and ready seat presented by Little Caesars. We were a little bit worried about what this is going to be able to handle, especially if I tried to sit on your lap. But this is the hot seat, dude. You like yourself some pizza.
Listen, I was a little worried that the cardboard capacity, I'd be a little overweight, but I'm feeling really good right now, and I feel like you and I together in this hot seat together, it's just too much hotness. This is too much interaction. If our bald heads connect one more time, the venue lights shut down.
Speaking of that, we got to get out of here. Let's get this over to Shift Legion. Thank you so much.
خلصنا مالتي بلاير الحين تعطونا الزومبيز.
Oh, there's just always comedy with 2 bald guys in the mix. But yeah, I hold Shift here with the one and only Shopsy. I got to start with the fun question first. I mean, just enjoyment level.
أنا بالنسبة لي كان عندي حلم إن أدش في أوبتيك. صدق. يعني لو خيوني تبي تدش الحين فيز ولا أوبتيك. اقول اوبتيك. انا كنت اعشق شيء قبل كان احسن لاعب بالنسبه لي كان اوبتيك ديتريت. كان احسن لاعب في فري فور من ناحيه السنايبر. كنت اعشق اوبتيك بريديتور. ايام يعني قبل 2010 ذي اوبتيك كان وايد ممتازين. بس الحين وايد يركزوا على الكومبتيتيف مايند سيت
anything, but I will say that there's like these sneakers that allow you to like slide any ADS, and I feel like that's meta right now.
All right, so make sure you check out the stream for that, because that's going to be all the hacks and clues for that. Now, getting into the competitiveness, I mean, last year, lots of conversations about skill gap. Where is it going to be? Do you feel like movement is going to be one of the main focus points for those trying to take their game to the more competitive level, or where do you think that the competitive skill gap is going to be for this game?
So yeah, definitely movement. I feel like slide canceling obviously is going to be, very OP, and then I feel like the aim assist in this game is actually very not as sticky as other games. I feel like mid and far range, it's actually.
يقول لك الايم ست شوي اقل من لعبه مودرن وارفير 2 وهذا الشيء مهم. هذا شيء يلفت انتباه يعني.
We're going to go back up to Miles and Lottie to give us their thoughts on what they just saw with multiplayer before we come back with the team from Treyarch to give us our first look at game footage and details for Modern Warfare Zombies. But first,
Zombies, yes, Captain. اللي كان يسأل عن زومبيز فوكس هاند بي سي اكو بيعطونا الحين شوي عن زومبيز
Nvidia GeForce.
ان شاء الله.
Your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplying DLSS 3 and latency reducing reflex.
ابو خليل ابو تاكد انه حلوه لان كوستات تصلحين كل شيء غالبين ورجع اشياء من احسن الاكواد بس ما في شيء جديد تخاف منه. ان شاء الله ان شاء الله كلها اقول ولا ما كنت اقول ان شاء الله لعبه كول اوف ديوتي هذه ما بتكون خويسه.
اتمنى welcome back to Call of Duty Next. My name is Miles Ross. I'm joined here in the fireside chat. I've got one Prague, we got OVP, we got Nameless, and we have Alley Cat on the corner there. We are going to be, I suppose reacting is one way to put it now, but like, this is one of the hardest jobs I've ever had to work in my life. I've never been this excited about a COD.
Tech power عليك السلام ورحمة الله.
I'm 18 again, 34 in skin, but 18 in gunny.
Fox the hand PC متحمس.
Lay it on, Miguel.
Oh gosh, I mean,
how
cool is this? I think you get an element of nostalgia, the new kind of newness from the game as well. It's refreshing all in one. I mean, for me, I think it's got to be about the fact that you can kind of almost customize what you want to do, what type of player you want to be in game. I mean,
أنا أتمنى المسري كامو لون السوي في زومبيز يكون حلو.
First of all, I'll be, but especially our two experts over here, Nameless, Ali. I mean, you guys not only talk about multiplayer for a living, but you guys play it day in, day out, so many hours grinding. Nameless, what are you making of it so far?
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I've been playing Call of Duty since way back in the day, 06 back to COD 2, and for me, what this feels like is you're getting the classic maps, you're getting the best things that we all fell in love with Call of Duty about, but you're also getting the best of the innovations of
عبد الله عبد الكريم ممكن اشياء عشان الزومبي اللي يستاهل.
We played hardpoint
ان شاء الله
on Skid Row.
ان شاء الله الزومبي يكون ممتاز.
Who could say that in 2023? It's been
وخليل مين جعفر ذي نسخة الثانية الإنجليزية.
Because I feel like in events like this especially, like I was bringing up Warzone players, like their style of play
أكيد متحمس ولكن العمر 42. عادي حبيبي Call of Duty يعرف كل الأعمار.
Snipes and stuff, and high rise obviously a perfect place for that. So I think the fact that the movement feels so smooth and to see everybody, there's something for everyone, right? So I mean, it's been a great day so far.
So far, so good. We have a little bit more time than we thought we'd have, guys, so we can delve a little deeper here. I think one of the coolest things, and the desk touched upon it a little bit, we got to experience yesterday when we played. We're making the most meaningful decisions, I think, ever in COD when it comes to our loadouts now and our perks. So what vest I'm wearing, I ran the demolition vest. It means I think I lose one of my tacticals, but I gain like 2 lethals, which turns me into a killing machine, quite frankly. The breacher drone, a lot of fun. Way too much fun, actually.
That thing's insane. The breacher drone, you just throw it in a hallway, it flies super quick. You can actually shoot out of the air. I didn't know that yesterday. I know you said you tried it, though.
I shot my own drone down accidentally. I was pre-aiming somebody in cover. They were in perfect chest-high cover. I let the drone fly out, and it follows a direct path.
الدرون انت تقدر تطرشه تقدر تفجره.
I was pre-aiming the spot, and then when the
سواء انت طقيته او العدو يقدر يطقك. بس الدرون اتوقع نفس الشيء لو ما يتوست السي 4 طق ماتين مع بعض وخلاص تفجره. يساوي يقول لك مرة واحدة يعني طق لك بس خلاص انه يوحق لاي غرفة انت تقطعها.
Get my shoulders working. We heard Shotsy talk about the tack stance and how he's sliding around the map, and this is something we cannot stress this enough, friends. You're going to be schmoving in this game like you may have never moved before in COD.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm so excited.
because
I hear what you think as well as the fact that you can turn a pistol basically into an SMG. You don't need a perk. You don't need to have that on. You can literally do that yourself with guns and get it to the way that you want it. I mean, running basically a secondary SMG.
Just stunning. We heard them talk about it too with like the aftermarket weapon attachments as well with the weekly challenges. So there'll be a bunch of different types of variations that you have with your gun. But we saw the Renetti. It's already insane. I saw a tweet from Scump on the timeline, a 10-piece with the Renetti. So when you turn that into an SMG, I mean, it's going to be crazy. The world's your oyster.
It's going to be absolutely incredible. Ali, I've got to ask you, what are you most excited about? You play so much, but jumping into game, what type of player do you think you see
بس هذا الشيء مو مهم وايد. تحول بيس ان شاء الله اكون غلطان والله، بس تحول بيس الى اس ام جي مو بشيء واو، يعني في النهايه عندك اس ام جي.
The competitive style is getting into the slide canceling and the ADSing like Shotzi was touching on, but also I just want to talk about the fact of like I was 9 years old when a lot of these maps were a thing, you know, and like I my bad. But yeah, like I was watching my dad play, but like I don't like those are core memories for me, but I never really got to load in. And so, like,
welcome حبيبي, welcome to the family.
Getting to load into these maps and kind
بس
of
حبيت اذكر شباب اذا مو مشترك في القناه ما اشترك في القناه اكون شاكر لكم.
I kind of know this.
اتمنى انزلوا لايك راح يساعدني كثير في عالم اليوتيوب اكون شاكر لكم.
So it's still kind of new to me.
ابو
But
خليل
it's also nostalgic at the same time.
And to Ali's point, like think about
توب لي بعد منور توب لي اخوي منور.
in this game, some of the different boots that you
ابو خليل كلهم مهطة في كود ما في واحد عاقر غيره وذاك الثاني. فهمتك الاصل الثاني قصدك؟
Things that people are gonna get into this game and figure out. It's gonna play a bit different than obviously back in day with MW2, but a lot better. It feels super smooth.
And that's the most important thing we've been
touching upon. هذا كنا نتمنى بس.
How does it feel? It feels really
باكر ببيتي يا ربع، باكر راح العب البيتا. انتظروا الفيديوات راح اسويها ان شاء الله.
Full ADS. You can hit snipes, guys. Have you ever imagined hitting a fully zoomed in snipe while sliding in? Well, MW3 is the game for you. But yeah, and we've got a lot of cool stuff. Times all the one times optics, so anything red dot, a lot of the hollows. None of these things really add anything to ADS speed anymore. So the game itself in general has.
إذا ما كنت تدون المناظر في لعبة في الأسلحة ما راح تأثر عليك في ناحية ال ADS. حط أي اوبتيك أنت تبيه ما راح يقلل في ناحية السرعة في ال ADS.
I'm keeping maximum spatial awareness. I've got my situational awareness, my screen.
أحس الأجهام وايد يعتمدون على السرعة. Infinity Ward وايد يعتمدون على البطء في ناحية الجيم بلاي.
But it's still really nice to have choices as a player. We've got so many options here. So much fun.
Yeah, I think that's the key word, right? The buzzword, I think, coming off
كأنهم في بوليفارد.
on the desk. It's the choices that you can make. And I think balance is such an important thing. I think in any Call of Duty game, balance is key, especially when you're going up against players who do have a choice.
لا تقولون بالانس، سوري كلمة هل كذب أنا ما أحبها. ما في ولا شيء بالانس في لعبة مودرن وورفير 2.
Potentially like silent footsteps, you're running ghosts, you're making sure that you're the type of player you want to be, but something also is taken away from you. So that balance is so important, I think, in all Call of Duty titles.
100%. I mean, footsteps are silent if you want them to be. That is a massive W. I was running around yesterday and I saw red dots on the mini map.
كان يطنزوا على انفينيتي وورد. قسم بالله. أنا ما استوعب ليش يشيلون النينجا. ليش؟
Even better now. So I can't wait to get my hands on that beta, which is coming out soon.
Very, very soon indeed. Well, it's exciting to be reminiscing for very, very good reason. As we talked about earlier, we are celebrating Call of Duty's 20th anniversary, which is an amazing milestone. And with a great milestone comes an opportunity for great rewards. To celebrate
scans, old school
Call of Duty history, players can receive daily login rewards between October 6th to October 16th for every single daily login per day, up to 7 in total. You'll receive these rewards, which you're seeing on screen, including an old school price operator skin. That takes me back. These rewards all will carry forward in MW3 as well, so grab them now and take them into the next title. For more details, head over to the Call of Duty blog. Nameless, your earliest memory of COD, was it like waiting in line at midnight?
Call of Duty 20 سنة شيء وايد حلو. شيء وايد حلو في awards. ناحية تعطي بلو برنتس حق الناس. لأن مريت 20 سنة أنت كلعبة Call of Duty. لكن 20 سنة حق بلو برنت أو شيء مو انيميتد ولا شيء. صراحة أتوقع اللعيبة والمشاهدين يستاهلون أكثر. يستاهلون أكثر مو بس بلو برنت.
I know I talked about animated, but I think one of the more core memories, which I can't wait to break down the new and exciting stuff in that game mode coming later, has to be with zombies. When I was in middle school, I'd go over to my friend Anastasia's house, and we'd go in our basement, we'd turn off all of the lights, and then we'd load up split-screen zombies on her big TV on the couch, and just all night on her Xbox just sitting there playing
نكون
zombies on town survival, you know, going as far as we
البنك
could,
تقدر
training them
تحط
around the
بيزاتك
lava
في
pit in the
البنك.
center. So that's definitely like a core memory for me.
I love to hear that. We're going to be sharing lots more stories on these couches, I am sure, as we get through the rest of today. But we also wanted to remind everyone again that early access to the multiplayer beta kicks off tomorrow.
بيتا يا ربع 6 و7 راح اكون موجود ان شاء الله. اما اسوي لايف او اسوي بس صوت فيديوهات ناخذ راحتنا. شوف ان شاء الله بس اتمنى اشترك في القناه وكل شوك لكم.
For more details, I personally can't wait to see everybody get in the mix.
Or don't worry, in addition to open beta early access, all those PlayStation players out there, be sure to pre-order on PlayStation Store to get an exclusive look at the lockpick operator pack.
يعني تشوف البلو برنت الحين راح تشوفونه قدامكم لو عباره عن اللون الازرق واللون الاصفر. احسن من 20 سنه هديه من لعبه كول اوف ديوتي.
I mean, there's so much to break down here. All of the team were going through every single detail, but Ali, what did you make of it?
She's freaking cool. Like, I know Stephanie talked about how she insta-logs
توهم سووا كود 18 وكود 14 وشفت كود منهم حلوه فلا يسوون ملوك المطورين افضل مطور ترياك.
She is cool.
اتفق.
I'm down with the
انا بالنسبه لي من افضل الكود اللي لعبته صراحه مودرن وورفير 3 ايام قبل. انا كنت ويا قبل كنت ويا كثان وكل شيء. التوب يعني عندي بعد بلاك اوبس 2. هالنوعيه من الالعاب كان صراحه بالنسبه لي وايد مهمه. بس شويه دائما تنقذ كول اوف ديوتي وتنقذ شو اسمه عشق في ناحيه اللعب كول اوف ديوتي بشكل عام.
But now though friends, it's time for something quite different. Straight from our friends at Treyarch, here is a look at Modern Warfare Zombies.
Treyarch, يلا Yo!
Reported hostile contact. Then went dark. There's one! I can see him!
Oh, اللوجو بس.
Infill into a low threat zone. Nothing gets in. And nothing, I say again, nothing gets out.
Yo, let's go! Oh. نفس شو اسمه؟
The situation is dynamic and evolving. There are other friendly assets on the ground.
العنقبدة. Open world zombies. العنقبدة.
Strike team, you have execute authority. Proceed to the high threat zone.
إيه. والله يعني
Forget what you know. Monsters are real.
ويعه دبل ميك 5. امش
Welcome to Operation Deadbolt.
والله نختة بس ما قا pre-order to unlock Soul, however, Tracer. لحظة أنا سويت pre-order حصل
You just
Tracer.
got a sneak peek at the end of that trailer of the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint.
Come on guys, come on. اوكي في بعض الزومبيز يسوون نفس الشيء نفس الاجزاء القديمه من ناحيه الوحوش. شفنا الوحش يطلع ما ادري شنو اشياء ودي كانت موجوده في زومبيز القدم. لكن يلا عاد اوبن وورلد ستايل مودرن اتوقع بيكون بينكر.
It looks awesome in here. We just swapped over to a little undead purple in the back.
When I think of the undead,
سعود الزومبي شلون؟
I mean, there's something about purple and zombies that just, it really does something for me. But guys, earlier this week, we held an
أكيد
event
أكيد يا أبا
at
أكيد.
Treyarch. We were able to
إيه بعض الزومبيز صار نفس الكولد وور.
who are here today at Call of Duty Next. into Treyarch. First time you guys
Replayability,
have had
enemies
folks in the
close,
studio
player-driven
for a long time. It was
pacing.
super exciting. You want to talk a little bit about the event and some of the awesome reactions
Creative
we got to
events.
see
شنو
in the room
ذي؟
from these guys.
Yeah, no, it was a great experience bringing in those people.
في بعضنا ما بلاك اوبس 3
Zombies is traditionally something that is a mode based on exploration, discovery.
ان شاء الله ان شاء الله.
Felt like there's so much
يا اخوي يكون زي كود جوست مهمات وانتهينا.
On, get impressions, get feedback, and we just had a really great time playing with them.
You're getting to see a couple of the reactions in the room there. They got to see some footage. They got some playtime. You guys answered about some questions.
The playtest was absolutely fantastic. There were so many awesome moments. It just felt right getting them into play.
Well, I was going to ask, like, as you know, having been in the lab, doing this for so long, right, and then getting people to see it. In what you guys said before, I remember you guys mentioning that it's not a thing you do often, bringing people into the studio. So that must have been a very almost revealing experience for you guys, right?
It felt very good getting.
Well, open world zombies. بس في امل بس اربعه.
Wait a minute, this game is good.
This is super fun.
يعني اربعه يلعبون.
We were right. Yeah, we did it.
ولا كم واحد.
Guys, one of the most popular questions I noticed, you know, ripe amongst
حرفيا Cold War بس مع انجن كود
We know them, we love them, we want them in zombies. What, if anything, can you tell us? Give us a little taste.
I mean,
a little tidbit, a little morsel.
A little something.
We can't give them all.
Giving anything.
Well, then what should we expect?
So if you were paying attention to that trailer you
just
saw the first time, maybe at the end, if you go back
ويا بعض ولا ثلاثة ويا
see
ثلاثة.
something that you'll see that's kind of big. Now, I don't want to give it all away. There's a lot to discover in this open world zombies.
Oh yeah, and I think that is perfectly to my
بس لما عاد بيعرف هل من بداية ولا
needs to be unpacked here. I guess, you know, what I'm curious about is like, what are the key things that you want the community to know about this iteration of zombies? The differences potentially from, you know, the previous game till this one, because you guys are having some fun with it out there.
Absolutely. I mean, it's a mode based on experimentation, and we're really doing that here. This is taking our gameplay, our classic zombies gameplay and mechanics, and putting them on the big map and all of the experiences that offers with vehicles and the vast space and the higher player count. And then on top of that, putting it in the modern warfare era where you have their equipment, the operators, and it just feels so badass, you know?
And it's this massive open world co-op experience. So that's something that feels exciting. It feels different. Kind of what led you guys to design, you know, Modern Warfare Zombies the way that you did in this big new way?
So we just saw an opportunity with the big map to have the biggest PvE experience we've ever had in the franchise. So
مع بعض يلعبون ها؟
We had pure PvE.
Yes, pure PvE, no PvP.
You're safe here, and there's, you know, we usually have 4 players.
Kind of. You know,
safe is relative.
يعني ما في ناس يلعبون ضد بعض راح انت تلعب ضد بس الزومبيز.
You mentioned like the way that the game is played, the open world, but how do the players like interact with one another in that world? Because and also like, you know, I like running solo from time to time. Is that also something that's possible as well?
Absolutely. So it's 24 players total. You can go in solo. You can go in with your squad. But what's awesome is that you're all on the same team trying to do the same thing. So when you're out in the world, you'll run into other squads or other players. You can make a decision in that moment to like combine and form a super squad.
Oh, so you can form a super team.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Like in-game form a super team. Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And that's 8 squads of 3. You can group up together. You can go lone wolf it. I don't know if I'd recommend that, guys, from what I've seen.
I mean, experienced players. if you want a challenge, you can go in solo, but it is a lot of fun to grab solo. Form those super squads.
I'm solo.
Again, the map is massive. There's zombies everywhere. There's other surprises everywhere.
حسبك هون إذا بطلع مسك كامو.
So a couple weeks ago, we saw the very first look at Modern Warfare Zombies in the cinematic that we released.
في تسريب يقول لك يمديك انك تفنش زومبي.
Zombies in that we see Soap, we see Laswell, and more importantly, we saw someone who I didn't think we were going to see again.
That's right.
Miles, can you take us through what's going on?
What's going on here?
What's going
on? 100%. Yeah, 100%. So, you know, that opportunity that Kevin talked about is there's a few questions when people saw that cinematic, and if you hadn't, go and watch it. It's awesome. Hold on a second. Where are we in time and place? We are between Modern Warfare 19 and MW22, the year 2021, and that's really important to the story because in true Treyarch Zombies fashion, we are always jumping eras, jumping moments, and really touching different timelines in interesting ways. I can't go into all of it, but there's a reason for that. Now, the next question, which you're hinting to, is why is Zakayev alive? I saw him die, but did you? Did you really?
I saw him get shot. I saw him fall down a missile silo.
You saw him fall. There was blood. But in true sort of story fashion, if there's no body, he's not dead. Now, Task Force 141 went back to that silo. There was water at the bottom. It had been drained. Lots of blood. And Zakayev was gone. Now, officially declared deceased.
Ooh.
But then whispers emerged that he's still alive. And now, of course, in true sort of villain fashion, he starts to hear whispers himself as he's recovering from falling down that silo, which he did.
Yeah, that hurts.
That hurts a little bit. He's about this new thing called Ethereum, and he wants to get it. And that really sets the stage. All of that, by the way, is day one getting in the door like you saw in the cinematic, which is that's the start of the story. And players are going to experience this story in really interesting ways.
So it's a flashback, it's canon, we've got worlds colliding with Cold War, with Modern Warfare. We'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the story really progresses in a new and interesting way. Let's take a look at how these come to life in the intro mission.
Ooh. Yes.
حيث تصيب أو لعب من بداية. Let's do this.
Your objective is a roof-mounted comms tower. Marking location on TAC map. Once tower is active, use decryption key from Jansen's tablet to establish comms.
Yo! اوه بتسمعوني ايش قد اصارخ في الديب شيت يعني. واو واو واو. وات؟ لحظة، هل ذبح واحد من التيم ميت ولا؟ شنو عليه؟
Oh, you got here quicker than expected. I still need a minute or two. I'm in the middle of erasing my research from the Terminus database.
Protect Dr. Jansen. We need her.
من لين؟
Target down. Zakayev will unleash this hell everywhere from New York to Joburg if we can't stop him here.
Clear and hold that LZ strike team. Multiple enemies on approach. Weapons free on all fronts.
So what you just saw there was just a little snippet of that story mission intro, and what's really exciting again about this opportunity
في قصة في زومبي حلوة.
Like Kevin was saying, is we want to bring that
نختم القصة إن شاء الله. وحاول قد الإمكان حل اللعبة بإذن الله.
Modern Warfare world.
حتى التحديات، حتى يمكن اسوي نفس بلاك اوبس كولد هو عباره عن تحديات كوين كوبس، تحديات السيزونز، هيك اسوي شيء.
Lots of different activities and cool things to do. Awesome cinematics and well. And again, the whole point of this is that if you're new to being a Zombies player, we want you to experience that story. We want you to get into it. But if you're seasoned and you just want to jump in and kill some zombies, you can free roam and do that and then jump to the story later. We really have embraced that open world sort of feeling.
نفس القصة يعني اما تسوي مهمات او تروح تذبح بس. اوكي انا كلاعب سولو اتوقع بسوي اللون اذبح بس بوعي على اساس قد الامكان خلص من تحديات تشالنجز مال بسوي كامل.
Super awesome and great to see that like the player choice is very prevalent, right? But you know Zombies has been a mode that's been in the game for such a long time. It's really, it runs side by side, parallel to Call of Duty and its incredible legacy. But there are still players that are going to be new to this, that are coming into this with a fresh set of eyes for the first time ever. What's in store for them? Because, you know, this could be a little jarring, right? There's a lot of stuff going on over here.
Absolutely. So Zombies can be pretty intimidating. And we know that there might be a lot of players who might only play Modern Warfare, or DMZ, or Warzone. So we've built this mode to make sure that they can have success and have fun and also support our veteran audience. So,
and on a brand new
map. And we'll talk about that more later.
Not later.
But here, for this mode, we've broken it down into 3 tiers of difficulty.
Okay, so you're going to
on the outer edges. And this is kind of like lower level difficulty. And new players can really hang out here for the duration of a match and have a great time. But our advanced players are going to want to try to get into that center of that map as soon as possible. That's where Sakea threw that vial and started this entire incursion.
What an arm on him.
Yeah,
I gotta say.
He yeeted the vial. Now we have a hot zone.
Yep.
And now we have to pay for it. All right. Well, then let's look at the flip side of that,
okay.
though, right? Because we talked
اتوقع
about
راح
the new players, how
يبدل
we
من
get those
ناحية
folks into the
DMZ.
game and have them playing something outside of their comfort zone, so to speak. But one thing that we know is that there are core Zombies fans that love this experience, live and breathe it. So what do you have for them?
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about that fusion, and like Kevin said, the experimentation was, well, how do you bring all those core zombie
notification and
and we've done just that. You can see we've got the mystery box. We've got wall buys.
اغلب القنصات زاك في اللعبة بس الحمد لله انه في قنصات كود
spread out across this ginormous map. And as you go in, it's up to you. Where do you want to buy them? How do you want to accumulate your arsenal and your loadout? How do you want to tackle this world? But those zombies features are super key to making this feel fresh and really an evolution of that sort of open world feel as you get more powerful. And again, it's fused with the feeling as well as buy stations as well.
اي شيء زومبيز يا اخي احب يعني احب العب اشياء زومبيز كذا وايد احب ريزدنت ايفل
100%
اي شيء له دخل زومبيز لاست اوف اس
married them together in interesting ways. But the most important core feature, of course.
It's a sweet new feature, folks.
What?
Is our cereal. You can't find this in the map. I wish you could. Yeah. It's actually delicious, though.
Yeah, it's here at Call of Duty Next. It has some awesome features. It's got a UV light.
I may or may not have taken a box of those.
Oh, yeah, I've stolen this.
I mean, a crate. I'm not talking about a single box. I'm talking a single crate.
صار سنايبر شكلك انه ايكي ما اعرف ليش مسوينه اللون. احد السنايبرات اللي صاير بس اتمنى ما يكون صدق سنايبر كلهم.
And it's a woman-owned business.
That's awesome. And it glows in the dark.
بس لا تبي تستخدم مثلا مودرن وورفير 2 سنايبرات تقدر
to not hit on one of the really core features for our zombies players. And that's the wonder weapon, guys.
Yes.
I need to know.
Yeah, so of course we have a wonder weapon, and it has been custom made again for this open world experience. It is the Scorcher.
Oh my word.
I'm gonna let you just look at it for a second.
That first raise.
Yes.
That thing is huge.
It's absolutely amazing. So the Scorcher again is built for demolishing the highest density of zombies you've ever seen.
The hordes.
Oh yes, the hordes. Absolutely. And then on top of that, it's got an alt fire.
It launches you into the
air so that you can use it to engage. If you want to jump into a horde, if you want to get away from the horde of zombies, if you want to jump on a building or over a building, like it's really.
Wait, so you can like rocket jump with it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's
nice.
Once you get into like basically the flow state of using it and it's in your arsenal.
استخدمه لو بعد سيد الشل عليه.
Chef's kiss, wonder weapon, Scorcher. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
أخي شوية.
Big Zombie is so special.
رقم واحد من كل الاستديوهات يا أخي. لا انفينيتي وورد لا سلا جامب. شوية.
Is this? It's not a one and done game mode. So how is Modern Warfare 3 Zombies gonna push that forward and take the next step in terms of what keeps players coming back for more every time?
Yeah, so this is a really kind of replayable mode. It's an extraction exfil mode, right? So you're trying to get deeper and deeper into the map, and at first you're not going to be that successful. You're going to have to play a lot over and over. Gain mastery. Try to
اعتقد خلطوا نفس السلسلة دي ام زي ويا حطوا فيها عن ناحية الزومبيز.
Hit the ground running with the right stuff.
Yeah. And when you talked to me, we mentioned it before, we saw Zakayev yeet the vial in the cinematic. That has created the incursion zone, that super hot area we saw a little bit of on the TAC map. Can you talk to me about how the storm will play into the map, what that vial did, and what the gameplay, repercussions are going to be for the player there?
Yeah, so this thing is the map, and it's the source. It's spreading the dark aethers. So it will always be there in the map. It's going to dictate this time limit. At 45 minutes, it's going to start growing and completely consuming the map, and that's where you need to get out.
Yeah.
Oh, no way!
And it gets really, intense.
So it's a total 1 hour
session
limit. Yeah, 1 hour session. Again, those.
نايس هاي شيء وايد حلو صراحة عجبتني والله.
You want to challenge yourself, go into medium and high threat.
شوية بس مسكين ضغطة من الشركة كل لعبة مطورين شيء كبير مثل كود 18. شو اليوم متحمس على لعبة كود دوتي اللي جاية من لعبة شوية.
Are we avoiding it? What are we going to find in there?
What's the exfil plan? What are we doing here?
Is really where you get into a lot of fun.
أتوقع في أشكال تشالنج لو تدخل في الزون وتذبح كم من زومبيز على أساس تحصل
What is going to be gearing up? You said you're spending, you know, a lot of players will be spending a lot of time on the outer edges of the map or in the yellow.
Yeah.
Gearing up, getting that loot, collecting the right things that we need to have a successful infill. One of the most exciting things about that is how weapons will carry over from match to match.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with DMZ, we have contraband weapons, so everything you're finding in the match you can take out and bring it with you.
Item persistence.
Yes,
yeah.
we have insurance slots, but we've really taken that to the next level with all the zombies upgrades. So, you know, in the past you've had to do all that just in game and you lose it. Now, all of those things have been formed into a consumable version called acquisition. So things like Pack-a-Punch, weapon rarity, ammo mods, wonder weapons.
Yeah.
All of those things you can find in the match and you can decide to use them then, or you can take them out and just start the next match, load up, Pack-a-Punch, drink 4 perks immediately, and now you're good to go. Like you're going all the way into the high threat.
استخدم سلاح طوره وتخليه عندك حق جيم الجاي.
Quite a difference, right?
حلوه الحركه.
What was the, I guess,
وايد
like,
حلوه الحركه
inspiration?
صدق
It was
ممتازه.
just, hey, let's just try something creative, different, fun. Do what Zombies has always done and push the bar.
Yeah, I just like introducing this different kind of pressure with the time limit, but then now giving players this additional
زومبي دي ام زي اكيد هلا بروكن هارت ترجم لنا يقول لك الحين يعني زومبي كعالم مفتوح ان الحين تقدر مثلا لو تطور سلاح وتسوي مثلا تحديات في السلاح وين كان حصل سلاح ثاني مثلا وايد قوي بس حصلت سلاح الليزر وين كان بس ما تبي تستخدمه في الجيم لان انت اوريدي موجود فتقدر تاخذ السلاح ذي نفسه طريقة ما تقدر تحطه مثلا في مو بالبنك تحطه مثلا في لوت بعدين او مثلا او ما تطلع وتخلص الجيم السلاح ذي اللي انت تبيه تقدر تجيبه مثلا بعدين حق لوبي ثاني جيم ثاني.
What can you tell us? What should we be looking out for?
You know, I can't get into all of the secrets. I want to, but the team would kill me. There's a lot in there. But
we want people to find
we do want to find, but we have, again, taken advantage of this map. There's a lot there on day one for Discover. We love watching the community find these things. That is part of the fun. So we don't want to
السوية ان قد بكون ما يقدر يتحكى عنها على اساس قد بكون نبي نشوف اللعيبه هم اللي يكتشفون الموضوع.
Steph might be trying to dig deep. I will never do that. Ever in a million years. But what can you guys tell me about the monsters? What do you tell us about all the monsters that we have coming up here? Because there seems like there's some wild ones that are going to be.
اجسام يلا ماجد هلا حبيبي شلونك؟
It starts with just our zombies. We have more zombies than we've ever seen.
حتى اذا كان سلاح الماب تقدر تستخدمه حق اللوبي ثاني اذا طلعت وخلصت المهمات وسويت اكستراكشن يعني طلعت من الماب وخلصت الجيم تقدر تخلي السلاح عندك على حسب اذا كان مثلا تقدر تسوي سلاح واحد ولا سلاحين ما اعرف. نحن ما قالوا قال بالعمال احنا ما نبي نقول كل شيء على اساس اللعيبه وما يكتشفون الاشياء.
all sorts of threats. But
الحمد لله بخير موجود الحمد لله كذا تمام والله قاعد سوينا يعني قد كان نحاول نغطي من ناحيه البحث حق الكول اوف ديوتي ايفنت اللي هو كول اوف ديوتي نكست صراحه الان لا بس الحمد لله. مبدئيا شويك في اللعبه مالتي بلاير اللعبه بتكون يعني كل العيوب انحلت في لعبه مودرن وورفير 3. انا اتحكي عن عيوب لعبه مودرن وورفير 2. اللعبه بتكون سريعه ما بتكون جدا واو يعني اتوقع بتكون اكشن. الكامبافا لازم تكون موجود ولكن اقل بكثير في لعبه مودرن وورفير 2. اتوقع بتكون احلى من مودرن وورفير 2 واحلى من كول اوف ديوتي فانجارد. هذا الشيء اتوقع. اتمنى تكون من افضل كول اوف ديوتي سلسله كول اوف ديوتي بس ما ادري والله.
That's another, you know, again important to the story when you go back to Sakayev and this tremendous outcomes PMC.
اخر لعبه لعبتها كولد وور كولد وور كانت صراحه اندر ريتد يعني وايد ناس ما حبوا كولد وور بس لانه مو محرك سكول 16. يعني بالنسبه لي كولد وور من ناحيه كل شيء مالتي بلاير زومبيز قصه كل شيء كانت صراحه افضل من المعتدل. يعني انا اعطيتها 6.5 7 ان كان لعبه توب 5 يمكن بعد عادي.
Is to take a horde of zombies, and Kevin loves to say it's like a hornet's nest, which it is you shoot a few, you get a big horde of them.
They're upset.
And you basically train them right into the human
Oh, that's
AI.
cool. Okay.
And it's basically the zombies are third partying.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So we're 100% team zombies, and just you just kind of sneak by as they're causing all the carnage so you can loot, get what you need, and get out. But it's really just, I can't express the moment when you unleash your own zombie horde on the human AI. It's really satisfying.
في طريقة تقدر تطوش زومبيز على الاي اي؟
You guys saw
No
it
way.
after the zombies trailer earlier, but in a couple of minutes, Lottie is going to give you all the details on the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint.
ما قاعد يعطيني ديتيلز بالعمالة على اساس احنا يبينا احنا نكتشف كل
You're
لعيبة.
going to want to see in Zombies Day 1. But I have some other news.
You know?
We got a little taste of that big map that you guys keep talking about. I am excited to announce that the big map you saw here teased in Modern Warfare Zombies was actually your very first look at the brand new map coming to Warzone. We're deep diving into Battle Royale coming next.
Oh boy, it's going to be
tuned.
awesome stuff. Firstly, Kevin Miles, I want to thank you guys so much for your
الإشاعة
time.
صحيحة. مسويين اغلبيتهم طلعوا من الصح كلامهم. ماب زومبيز هو تقريبا ماب وولزون.
You didn't draw your self-portrait.
Well,
Kevin drew some lovely Zombies artwork
I
today
think we could talk about this all
will be
day.
debuting later.
It's going to be awesome. I'm sure everyone's so excited to jump into Zombies. Yeah, and thank
قلت
you
لك
guys so much
فكرة
for
مو
sharing
حلوة
that
بس
love for
أهم
this. And
شيء
that, of course,
الوولزون.
wraps up our Modern Warfare Zombies portion of this show here. But next up, it's Warzone with live Warzone gameplay and new map details are going to be coming your way. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.
احتونا بعد استخدام السيرفس نسويها. فايه يعني اكدوا ان الماب اللي شفناه احنا من ناحيه الزومبيز هو عباره عن ماب مال وولزون. ان شاء الله وولزون تكون ممتازه. الحين ما ادري اذا كنتوا تتابعوني ولا لا. الحين انا اكثر شيء وقفت شويه من ناحيه المالتي بلاير حق لعبه مودرن وورفير 2. اكثر شيء العب ويا اخواني، العب ويا ربعي من ناحيه وولزون رانك. حلو، انا اقول لك حلو. ووزو رانك مو بعد كيفك تلعب اللي تبي، ونفس الوقت ان اهم شيء تحاول تحصل الاس اوف. لو مت بشيء غبي راح تقلل، فراح تقلل من ناحيه الرانك.
Zombies, where do we even start? Oh my god! I mean, it's what we've got the spiritual successor to Outbreak from Cold War. We've got everything we know and love about zombies. And a big old look at what they called the big map. Did you notice at home when you saw that screen grab? Oh, that's the sort of map I could see 100-something players jumping into, fighting until the very last man standing. Guys, zombies, let's get into it. The ray gun on desk right now obviously is very, very appropriate. It looks sick. It looks fun. I mean, I cannot wait, frankly.
I think the big thing is that it's also a great way for others who have never played zombies before. It's Warzone type of style. You have also ether, waves of ether coming in that make your life a lot harder.
فكرة وايد حلوة من ناحية الإيثر. وايد فكرة حلوة صراحة.
Just there is something for everybody in this zombies game. It's so fun. I actually, could see a couple of the pro players in the CDL reacting to zombies and being like, hold on a second, are we gonna play?
Our good buddy Simp is already tweeting about it, saying zombies look sick. It does look sick, Simp. You're absolutely right. But Ali, I mean, this is like we're gonna pull up as a squad. We're gonna have our own whip. All of our skins are involved. We can enjoy the cinematic story moments, and then we can get absolutely into the action and play around with the zombies.
Absolutely, Miles. I know that you're gonna be on the outskirts for a hot minute. Don't worry. Don't worry. Slow. Yeah, don't worry. Me and Ant will take all of the really difficult hordes as we head towards the center. And it kind of gives me, because I played a lot of Outbreak, so I am kind of curious as to they talk about the 3 different levels. Like, how serious are we talking about the jump between those levels? You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited.
يبي يعرفون تقريبا الفرق بين الاوتبريك مال بلاك اوبس كولد وور الحين. اكو تو قاعد تحكي عن سلاح لو تشيله.
Ali gets another crazy weapon, and then we come back in and instantly go to the hot zone. So zombies looks amazing.
حلو الفكرة. مثلا تخيل انت تدش مثلا ويا 3 لعيبه. تقول حق فيجيك تركز على البوكات المهمة على اساس قدم كون. مثلا تركز على البوكات المهمة، وتركز على الأسلحة القوية، وأنا أركز على أشياء ثانية من ناحية الأيتمز مثلا نقدر نحصلها في ماب وورزون. قدم كون نحاول نطلع بهالبوكات بهالأسلحة بهالأشياء، على أساس بعدين في اللوبي الثاني أو ما تدش بعدين يصير عندك خزينة من بوكات أسلحة وهيك. وطبعا إذا مت تروح عنك الأشياء.
This gun is stunning. It will be available starting October 17th in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone to anyone who pre-orders the Vault Edition. And comes to Modern Warfare 3 on launch day, November 10th, folks. Make sure that's in your calendars. You're going to want to run this blueprint, I promise you, when the Haunting launches, because in addition to the traces and custom death effects, it will help you collect souls faster in a special upcoming event. Stay tuned.
What?
And you can turn those souls in for rewards as well. So when Modern Warfare launches,
collect
the
souls.
blueprint is going to come with the dead wire ammo mod that lets you electrify undead hordes.
You mean to tell me there is an actual weapon that can fetch me their souls? I just wanted to get it out on broadcast.
إذا أنا سويت مثلا بري أوردر بس ما خذت الفولت اديشن، خذت ستاندرد اديشن، في أمل لو لازم أسوي أبجريد على أساس البلوبرنت. أحس إنه صراحة ظلم هاللون.
Bowl 4 presented by USAA during the top call.
لو اللعبة زق من ذولي. إيه صدق.
As they compete for the coveted Code Bowl trophy, which has actually been in space, funny enough. 100% of the net proceeds from today's tournament will go toward placing more veterans into high jobs. Now, we have a lot of Call of Duty fans. We've actually got a short message from someone who wants to say a very, very quick hello to all of you.
والله شوف تسريبات قوية صراحة من ناحية الوارزون.
Rollo plebada, puro Modern Warfare 3 y pura WP. Se viene algo chingón.
Eso المنى.
Peso Pluma, thank you very much.
Thank you ever so much. I mean, pretty cool actually, isn't it? I love how many people are so interested, obviously, in Modern Warfare 3. I mean, who wouldn't be?
Now with the tease of something to come. Lottie, what's that all about, mate?
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, welcome to the TCL Power Hour. During this next hour, we will have our streamers try to complete a series of challenges while in the middle of Battle Royale. Now, there are 9 challenges, and with them come
big
9
game bounty
contract for you, the viewer, to have a chance to win
Zipline,
a
elimination,
TV.
EMD, grenade track.
Okay, we need to talk quickly
Drivable
about
train?
how these potentially
Drivable
might go down. Do
train?
you catch any
يقدر
glimpses
يسوق
of any
قطار؟
of those challenges? What are we thinking?
Yeah. I instantly saw the one where you have to get, I think, like a double elimination with a drivable train.
Oh, what? Yeah, wait.
A drivable train?
No, good.
Hold on. You have to get a double elimination with a drivable.
What is that?
Hold on.
It's a train you could drive, guys. More on that.
No, good.
It's in that big old game of Warzone. We're going to be keeping an eye on these challenges, and if we do manage to complete that bingo card of Mania, you might have a chance to win television. Very exciting stuff.
Yes, and during this next hour,
متحمس على Call of Duty Warzone موبايل.
tweet using the hashtags #CodNext and
انا لعبت شوي Call of Duty موبايل ما جد باتني كثير صراحه بس البلو برنت في Call of Duty موبايل
a winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received for a total of up to 9 winners, folks. We'll be keeping you guys updated on completed challenges as we see them come in, but we also do ask that you help us out as well. So take a screenshot of a challenge being completed and tweet them to #CodNext and #TCLXCod sweepstakes.
Well, with that, very, very excited. But with that, our time has come. We're now going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and then it's back over to Golden Boy and Stephanie at the desk with a very, very special guest, Raven. And then it's time for Warzone. Don't go too far.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of
وازن جوال. ايه وازن جوال. الان وازن جوال بالنسبه لي لعبه جدا عاديه، ما جذبتني كثير. طيب الصدق لعبه جوال لحد جذبتني كانت لعبه كابتن ماجد، بس من ناحيه كول اوف ديوتي موبايل البلو برنتس وايد حلوين وايد ممتازين. عبد الله عبد الكريم، من وين اشتري اكواد البيتا؟ لازم تسوي بري اوردر او تقدر تحصل لك كود من في التويتر. في بعض صناع محتوى ال 200 ساعات يوزعون كود حق البيتا.
What we should all expect in the next chapter as we go into Modern Warfare 3. At the desk, we're now joined by Ted Timmons. He's the Senior Creative Director at Raven Software. Ted, it is a pleasure to have you here, my friend.
This is something else. I can't wait to show you what Raven's
doing. 250 players, you know, it's kind of big.
It's something, yeah.
It's just a couple close friends.
Yeah, I mean, we
dropping by.
A couple homies.
Playing some games,
have a cup of tea.
Yeah, a cup of tea.
You know, do our thing.
اي شيء لا دخل موزر هو مسؤول عنه.
We're in the right place. We'll offline.
We definitely are. But yeah, we're really excited to have you and talk all things Warzone because I know everyone's chomping at the bit to get this information.
They are, and we teased it a bit earlier. There's a new map coming to Warzone later this year. I'm happy to say. But Ted, tell us where we're headed.
Ready? Welcome to Urzikstan.
Ooh, okay.
Where the Middle East.
Take a look. Here's Urzikstan.
Kazakhstan? Middle East?
We've been sort of hinting all day long, right?
Hinting all day long, a little bit for the last week. It's, of course, got 11 unique POIs here.
POIs, all seamlessly integrated. Brand new map. Full of wonderful nostalgia that we'll dive into as well.
And you mentioned this is where the Middle
والله
East.
إذا ما طلعت وزن حلوات أنا عرفت وجهك.
And Urzikstan, of course,
خلي كلام هذا يشتغل.
many Modern Warfare players as a central location from the campaign. Of course,
Zaravan City
is from.
Yes. This is
Go
my
for zip line.
personal favorite point of interest, Zaravan City.
Okay.
You've got the huge construction site with the crane that's got an ascender. If you look carefully, you might see
Can
a
be
zip line or
campers
two,
in
which
it.
we'll talk about.
Yeah,
a little later.
Line, you say.
I saw that, and that definitely caught my eye. But any opportunity to also be
industrial
in
مصنع.
more lush environments with that industrial spin, I kind of like the Sorokin industrial
Yeah,
as
this
well.
is on the northern side of the map. Again,
Yo.
when we think about something like Warzone, you need those industrial districts. We got pop-off power.
Pop-off
I made a
power.
joke yesterday with our creators that they'll be popping off here. I'm
Pop
sure
off.
later today.
That's going to be a thing.
That's how it
Wonderful point
works.
of interest. This is Shahin Manor.
Shahin Manor.
Again, like really built around that kind of close quarters combat.
حصلوا تصريح إن صدق كذا يصورون داخل.
Interiors here. I've had some really fun close quarter
Low
engagements
town.
here.
Low Town.
Low Town.
It's where the rats are going to be hanging out. Here in Old
Yes.
Town, these
And
are next to each other. There's a train line running
Old
through
Town.
it. This is sort of in the centralized area of the map, so we expect this to be a hot drop.
Yeah, Old Town,
حلاوتي
Low
كل
Town
شوية
put nearby one
في
another.
ألوان مو
We've got
بكل
this
شيء
beautiful
ماله.
ruined
بس
architecture.
شكله
Sort of a bit
يعني
of those
أتوقع
touches
أحسن من
across the map
كالديرا.
here. And
All of military base. I'm hearing this is your favorite POI, huh?
my personal favorite,
I
I
love
love
military
military
base.
base way back in Verdansk. You can
Whoa,
find me
Call of
at
Duty
the
4.
military base, and
Very
so
familiar
these
this.
bunkers speak to me.
What's sticking out to me, looking
Call
at
of Duty
all
4,
of these
Mad
different
Dog.
locations,
Shit,
is
man.
density. There's a lot.
Damn.
Like in between
Shopping
different
center.
buildings, different locations. It really feels like there's going to be some fun opportunities to get some good fights in.
Yeah, it was one of our focus points.
أشكر
and I
قاعد
love this
بالسيشن
position
5
of the
شنو
map,
ذي؟
but it was genuinely one of our focus points was to say how can we make a more dense map where it feels
بفدانسك
like it's a
من سوق الجمعة.
the regain that there's always some way like you can go and kind of call home. So
yeah,
glad it's coming
Yeah,
across.
and we touch on. I think what's really interesting is you and I have talked.
أتمنى يسوون شيء في ناحية الانفايرمنت من ناحية الطبيعة تقدر شنو تقدر تسوي مثلا يطق مطر مرة واحدة يصير ضباب أو شيء انفجار في الماب على أساس قد بكون مثلا تحاول تحاول من منطقة معينة. شيء اللون سووا مو بس ماب يكون ماب ثوابت سووا أحداث على أساس قد يكون في حماس.
Of every map that we've had to date. But at the same time, it has like a freshness to it. Like when we think about new maps, it has to have a newness at the very same time. So they're dropping in. This is
They're
it.
dropping in. This is
First
the
time.
very first time you are seeing
Warzone.
live gameplay from Urzikstan.
And who better than Dr. Lupo to take a look at because he's going to pop a few heads from across the map too. So I mean, he's even trying to do it.
I've seen him crush with Shadi today in MP. So I have faith.
Always does. This is actually quite exciting to check out here, especially that, we got ourselves a little bit of a fight happening here. So I think Lupo does manage to get the better and just again.
لون الذهبي بعد صار نفس كود 16.
I think one of the points that is really sticking to me here is also just on that movement front as well, right?
Yeah, it was very important to us.
Yeah.
لون الأزرق ناحية
So
الشيل.
tell us, Ted, Warzone shares the same foundations of Modern Warfare 3. Raven worked really closely with Sledgehammer to make sure all of those gameplay features that we covered in multiplayer earlier today are aligned with Battle Royale. Can you take us through that a little bit?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we've been working with Sledgehammer all year. They've been a great partner because we know when we make something like a big Battle Royale map, we need that movement to feel fluid. We need the everything needs to work well and seamlessly.
ما أحمل لعب بطيء.
Oh
shit.
Classic Call of Duty.
هاي كسرك في Warzone.
You're going to be getting
شوف
that
التكمبر
here,
بس.
but to see that I guess would the word be parody? I guess I'm thinking of just basically seeing how
continuity.
Continuity is a way better word.
It's with synergy across all the modes.
Synergy. I love
ترى
it.
تعرف مين بيجيب العيد نروح نسلم عليه.
saw earlier on from Greg and the team that they increased.
والله حس انها صراحه ممتازه.
Not only is there
مالي عوده على وورزون.
synergy with the gameplay
But that has to be pretty.
صدق مالي عوده على وورزون. حس انه فان يصير.
For so long and the amount of love and passion you have for it to see like, hey, when players load into the game, like the experience is going to be the same. So try it out, right? The water.
وين الماب يكون شغال بعد اتوقع وايد حلو يصير.
Now with Warzone, we really want our players to move between all these different experiences.
This is one of my favorite weapons that I can pick up in the map right now. I love on it.
قاعد.
I hope Dr. Lupo likes it.
Yeah, let's see.
Captain.
To use this.
لا لحظة عاد.
Let's go. Okay, so the crane has a vertical ascender for you to get all the way up there.
Oh, because it's such a good redeploy mechanic. You can literally use the map to redeploy. You know, you can go up to the crane and jump off and go to wherever you need to go.
So he's just equipped a guardian.
شفتوا ايش قد سلوت عنده؟
About an MP, I said I'd talk about it more in Battle Royale because I think this is something we're going to see a lot of today. This is a new kill streak. Can you tell us a little bit more about how it's going to play out?
Yeah, it's I mean, I don't want to.
وايد عنده سلوت شفتوه مو بس 5 صار تقريبا 10 ما ادري ايش قد.
That could have been the area of denial that he actually needed to win that encounter. So it's very much about if you're being pushed or if you want to defend an area, get that guardian down. To keep
حتى اشياء توفها مثلا من ناحيه الكرنسي مع ناحيه العمله ليش ما تقدر تغيرون اشياء تصيده كان سلاح ذي بعد.
And is that a fully kitted out gun as well?
So this one's not. This is actually just I think it's normal AR.
Okay, yeah. I see that.
But what's interesting about the Gulag is we've gone back to this 3-lane experience that we've had.
So this is the brand new Gulag, simplified. It's 3 lanes.
Close.
But it's got a little treat in the middle there that we didn't see. We might see it later. Can you tell us what we can expect?
So with this group of players, they are so good at this game. So we'll have to see if the Gulag
وايد مهم الدرل حق كمبر. بس ابي اعرف ابي واحد يحط بليت وتشوف اذا يقدر يكنسل ولا لا. يقدر يكنسلها ولا لا. او وايد مهم.
Like you know, I'm a big pro wrestling guy, so it's kind of like escaping Hell in a Cell or something like that, right?
ابي واحد.
Okay, I'm all about that, baby.
واحد يسويها بليز.
That makes me very, very, very happy.
طبعا ويلود كنسل.
Continue to see these players actually. They're being hunted currently, so we got a bounty up right now.
Yeah. So what I love about
طبعا ساعات كان يمر على اسلحه بعد لو تشوفون لعبه مودرن وارفير اسلحه الرايفل اذا ما خاب ظني او شيء. كنسل بليز خلينا نشوف اذا يصير ولا لا.
From Warzone originally.
I didn't see if it was the big game bounty.
Oh, see, I was talking about big game bounty. Was big game bounty. Can you talk to us a little bit about that contract, which is new?
Yeah, the big game bounty was a fan favorite going back to the 3rd year of Warzone, and it's something that this group in particular, like the really high skill players,
يقول ان اودي رجعوا طبعا. طق السم طق السم يا ريال خلينا نشيك شلون وضعه.
Great reward with the advanced UAV, so yeah.
Really I want to be recognized for our hard work in game.
I mean, I'm never going to get marked, so I'm cool. Like I love the contract. I'm
same
safe.
here. I'm good.
Safe, yeah.
It marks the player with the most kills.
Most kills in the match, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
And if you complete it, you get that advanced UAV.
ما يبي تشيك يبي يفوز ريال تشيك اشياء جديده.
As the game continues to play out here and our competitors kind of get the lay of the land, I find it to be really
حبيب حدا يبي يفوز كان ما يبي تشيك شيء
جديد. Toiling around in Modern Warfare 2 maps, you know, old Modern Warfare 2 maps, but now they're going into something fresh and new. Was that like an objective for you guys with this map to make it feel just fresh, make it feel like you're jumping into this with a new pair of eyes?
So whenever we think about a map, you have to think about both the map and the gameplay. Like they're so intrinsically linked.
البوكات كود 19 اي في بعض التسريبات يقول لك ان في بعض البوكات الجديده مثلا انت لو طايح خلاص بدل ما تهيأ روحك تقدر تقط مثلا سموك على روحك حتى انت لو طايح. في قالوا في بعض البوكات الجديده حق وورزون.
Quality of life features, right? And also
لا تهجم ايه
have been introduced into this that I'm also looking forward to, because traversal, the big thing in BRs, you got to be able to rotate effectively. If not, you're gonna get wiped out to the circle.
Seeing one right here,
And
actually. I see a zip line off in the distance. We're gonna get a better look at them here.
Better.
This is the crane we were talking about earlier, so that's the vertical.
So you can go up.
Yep.
Okay.
But for the first time, in
You can
addition to going up.
Redeploy drones. As
Oh,
soon as the
that's
map
cool.
Launches. We're bringing those across from Al Mazrah. But then, here's the new news.
The new.
I was going to ask when we were going to get horizontal zip lines.
Yeah, so I mean, we were so happy to bring these into the map. It really fits the POIs and the layout. Of the
وايد
land.
تاخرتوا
Also,
في السالفة.
this group
وايد
here,
تاخرتوا.
They're going to use them to push another team.
ليش ما تخلونه كفيلد ابجريد او مثلا نوع الاتاك مو باتاك بس فيلد ابجريد تحصله مثلا في وور زون يخلي اللاعب يقدر يسوي حق اي عماره. ليش ناس تخلون فيدج؟ خليكم كريتيف، خليكم مبدعين شوي تقدرون تسوون اشياء زياده.
You can do like 10 paces, turn around, zip, and then just go and try and see if you can take each other out. No, that is really cool.
Especially over water, we saw them sort of between the higher buildings. We're going to have them across the water. I think in terms of getting across this map, can you tell us anything about this map in terms of size, sort of what to expect for folks at home who aren't going to maybe get a sense of it from everybody today?
What we did was, obviously, we always look at like the latest map. So we look at, Caldera and Al Mazrah. So it's closer in size to Caldera, a little bit smaller than
slightly
Al
smaller
Mazrah.
than
أصغر من كالديرا.
So it should feel like
أصغر من كالديرا قال هذا شيء أكد عليه.
And so when you say
لكن ناحية العمارات هنون يكون شوية فوضى أكثر. مو في عماير في قدم كان إنه مو بس ممكن براحة. ما تقدر تسوي فيها شيء.
But there's so much like urban, dense environments. Has there been some like really cool play tests where everyone's just like scrapping it out in these like wild locations, close quarters?
Like I mentioned, when we look at Low Town and Old Town, they're kind of like the rattier places. But again, we'll talk about some of those gameplay mechanics that we've added to improve that.
أنا ما أعرف سويت كابتن قاعد تغش موياته بسلم عليه تطلب منه عيدية إيش قاعد تسوي؟
Maybe just
like وانا اللاعب عقل يحاول يشيك اشياء.
Steaming rolls up literally on the train and potentially pushes the team through the POI.
And Old Town and Low Town, of course, are on that central landmass.
نبي نشوف شنو نقدر نسوي ولا.
Speaking of the train that stops in Old Town.
Yes, yeah.
Ted, tell us about this. I feel like everybody downstairs is.
They saw the handbrake yesterday and were like, wait,
no way.
On the caboose. So if anyone at home doesn't know, the rear carriage is called a caboose.
حلوة
The
الحركة.
UAV tower, the buy station.
On the train.
On the train.
Buy station on the train.
And if you push the driver's carriage, you can go forward, backward, you can stop. But the nuance that these players will find out today is you're in the driver's carriage, you're driving, happy days.
أنت تتحكى سواء كنت تروح حق قدام أو تروح ريوس.
You're going to have to go and engage.
أو بريك. تكسر بريك.
Yes.
Direction. بعد تعيد.
Oh, controls all of it. So that's the massive
you have to go back and.
So there's almost like a decision you have to make of like, well, do I want to put a body over there, have someone defend the handbrake, but then you might be running into a full squad. So there are going to be some decisions players are going to have to make with these with this train.
Yeah, we had a great play test where I was on the train with a few others, and the train stopped, and we were like, hang on, we're here.
We're all here.
we're here. So that can only mean one thing, yeah. So it's a great like realization moment.
Your detective work.
Yes. You're literally doing a head count. How many people
say present?
Yeah.
We're seeing some super fluid movement here. We just saw them kind of parachute from building to building. They're on the move. I think they're getting to a buy station up here. Maybe pick up some gear.
Captain.
And Ted, which POI is this?
So they're just Caravan City, sort of in the Old Town, lower Old Town area. Again, I love the.
هاللاعب يرفع ضغطي. والله صدق.
It has that kind of Al Mazrah like feel to it.
Yes, and of course, fictionally, in the Great Modern Warfare universe, Urzikstan shares a border with Al Mazrah. It does. Yeah.
Okay, I just love.
Comments best.
I am a lorehead.
Yeah, I'm a lorehead too, so it makes me very happy to see another fellow lorehead.
When I watch these guys behind us are
awesome
creators community making the story, making their content about the storyline and the narrative. I love it. I'm so excited. And Ted, you always say, you know,
في اشياء خاطئه ابي اعرف مثلا لو تسوي ريلود تقدر تكنسل ريلود ولا لا؟ لو حطيت الدفع تقدر تكنسل ولا لا؟ تقدر تركض وانت تدافع ولا لا؟ يمكن سواه بس انا ما لاحظت. انا لو تدافع تصير بطيء توقف مكانك.
The classic mini-map behavior will behave the same way in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer.
اهم شيء الميني ماب الخريطه او القصير الفيديو يشتغل صح. اي واحد ما حاط مثل كوتم راح يبين في الخريطه. هذا شيء وايد مهم.
For a lot of players, it could be they want to avoid that area, or for other players they want to move. Did we get
personal favorite? I believe this is the cash gulag.
Here we go. Let's have a look.
We love the money.
هذه
well, let's see.
كان جولاج الثاني. كم جولاج فيه؟
Sender comes down. Let's see if they push. Well, they're pushing.
I don't know if they're even going to have an opportunity
5
for
seconds.
it. He's gonna...
Oh, let's go. That was good.
Oh, so
very
now
clutch.
we see
the stress in her face.
She's like, I got,
now that we see the gulag, and of course, shout out to Chica for the clutch there. What are some things that we should be expecting for the gulag, because that was different.
That was different than what we saw before, Alex.
Yeah.
In fact, we got some video.
Here we go.
This is
هاي حق اللودات لما تشيك من شيء والله العظيم.
In the 3 lanes, but
بدك تكنسل كل شيء.
other gulags.
هذا لو حدك ممتاز عقد تقدر تتصرف.
No way.
So this is something that can happen from time to time.
It's
a chance of it happening. And we have several of these, and I almost don't want to spoil too much. You talked about the cash one.
We want to wait to see.
But and here's the ascender that we've already mentioned. That if you can get on it and you can get out, you can be shot on the way up. You can be shot from below.
اوكي حلوة ذي مو بس علم يعني.
Make a play as well.
Make a play.
That's cool. Okay.
We've seen some really interesting play tests of. I remember one of our designers shared a clip where the other player had jumped on the ascender. They also got on underneath, shot them on the way up, eliminated them, and then made it themselves.
It's like a little Matrix moment there, you know? You're shooting
and again, it goes back to the storytellers.
حلو مثلا لو تروح فوق بعدين تقدر تذبح واحد.
And we'll wait to see.
أو إذا تقدر تنزل عليه من فوق في أشياء تقدر تسويها.
But it's ultimately you bringing the implementation of the public event into the gulag mechanic. We're showing them off here today. It may not be like that.
في 7 في 7 في طريقة اللعب الماونت كل شيء.
Some exciting stuff planned.
And our streamers are
dialed in.
You know, there was a tone shift when we went into Warzone in the venue.
They're having a
feel
good
the
time.
tension where everyone's like, well, here's my opportunity to pop off in front of the world, in front of their creators.
وين العرب؟ اعتقد بس بالشوف قاعد يغطي من ناحية الزومبيز اذا ما خاب ظني. بس انا توقعت كانسل عقل ينادونه او واحد مثلا ما ادري فيروس او شيء.
Yeah, I mean at Raven, we have to cater to so many different player types. When you've got millions and millions and millions of people playing your game, you've got.
أعتقد أكثر شيء يمكن ينادونه إذا كان واحد مثلا خصوصا إنه
7 days a week.
يكون وايد إيجابي حق اللعبة على أساس يضمنون يعطون مثلا نصايح أو يعطون من ناحية الكومنتس الأشياء الإيجابية حق اللعبة نفسها. ناهيك عن إذا واحد مثلا ينتقد اللعبة أو يكون بين قوسين يكون صريح في لعبة كول اوف ديوتي.
Oh, here we go.
Hit the brake, hit the brake.
Here we go.
Oh, okay, now I hope she turns around the front. Oh, she's getting pushed behind.
Oh, we've got a lot of action.
Oh no! Oh,
I'm not sure that was the smart play.
No, they were both getting off of it. That was smart. That was smart.
Yeah, Noisy Butters was like, guys, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, not worth it. Oh man, that is going to be a sweaty drop.
Yeah, I mean, she was seconds away from pulling the brake there. And that was complete chaos.
Oh, yeah.
And pretty soon here, we're going to have probably a winner.
حالاتي في
hopefully we got the news.
في مدنيين تخيل لو في مدنيين تذبحهم حصل نوع البنالتي او شيء تخيل لو اتوقع يكون وايد فن. تدش مثلا بوب تشوف مثلا واحدة خايفة تحمي مثلا بنتها او ولدها احس انه يكون في بعد يعني اشياء حلوه صراحه تخاصمك تذبح واحد بالغلط.
In the game to move around, interact a bit more, cause some more chaos.
Yeah, I mean yesterday, we started talking about some of our
لاحظت اول ما تاخذ سلاح يطلع لك واحده اسم السلاح اذا اول ما
I think
تاخذه.
one of the biggest cheers we got from this group was that we brought pistols underwater. So if you're swimming underwater, you will always have a pistol. And I did not expect that to be the biggest cheer.
اوكي.
It shows the love that this group and I think our wider
هذا الشيء صراحه ما ظنيت شيء ايجابي بس انت الحين لو طحت في البحر في وورزون اوريدي يكون عندك بيستل ما حتى تخلي السكندري مالك بيستل
As you said,
على قولتهم يعني.
thinks about, you know, building Warzone from the ground up and a lot of those quality of life changes that we've even made in the live game in the last year. Expect them in
carrying them forward. So everything that you've played and seen, like we've made over 100 quality of life improvements to the Warzone of this year. Everything carries in.
بس كنت اتمنى شويه الاتش بي يكون وايد اكثر صراحه. يعني في المالتي بلاير قالوا 150 بس ما حسيت انه صدق 150.
Right? Because I'm noticing like the slides are going a little far.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Like
So
yeah.
across the board, like anywhere where we could just tighten it up, and again working with Sledgehammer, we've taken that opportunity.
Yeah, really cool. I actually want to talk about that because I said earlier that, you know, Warzone shares the same foundation, that foundational gameplay with Modern Warfare 3, so movement mechanics, all of those things. But you've put your own, you know, touch on specific things a little bit more specifically for PR. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about, you know, how some of those perks might work a little bit differently in Warzone specifically versus MP?
Yeah. So on the Warzone side,
بتحكي عن Warzone و MP
was an opportunity to have some unique perks only for Warzone. Because again, it's a
في بوكات خاصة حق Warzone فقط.
Different motivations. So
different experience too.
My personal favorite is Combat Scout.
Okay.
Now I'm adding that because I like it.
Okay.
That is very much a perk.
I also like it. I am not going to go on the internet for several hours after this.
عنده زدوجي.
Like the perk there should be variety. There should not be an optimized path. It should be that when you jump into the game, you don't know. You're going to be surprised when people have equipped. This group will probably equip Shrouded, which is that when you get downed, you will automatically drop a smoke grenade. That's a really new dimension to it. And equally, I think another one will be Resolute, which is when you get shot and you take a hit, you move faster to get out of dodge. So.
Oh, that's cool. So good opportunities for like field, like a wide open field traversal.
Nosy butters.
Get down, potentially a smoke comes down, your teammate can back you up.
There you go.
That's really cool.
Can I jump one?
I will definitely go with the smoke bomb one because I know that is going to be me.
I'll run the evasion perk.
You'll run the evasion one.
Drop some duos.
Oh, مودرن سيمي-اوتو.
Giving the players, like as it's been said time and time again, right? That freedom of choice to be able to get really clever with like how you want to approach that, and it feels like
play styles.
Feels like
player agency. We want the stories, etc.
Yeah, and we're back in the gulag again.
I see some tactical crouching.
Okay,
preparing for battle.
Will we see the long-rumored Ascender? The mythical. It's going to be a myth by the end. No one's going to believe us that it is actually an Ascender. Players are
but she's picking up that cash, so this is the cash gulag. But we're waiting to see.
Here we go. 1 second.
يلا واحد في النص.
Grab it. Oh, she baited them. Oh, well played. Well played.
حلاتي.
I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing too. Just gone straight to the rope.
It was like, oh, honey. I think I got some honey.
But now she's got that cash, right? So she's got both of her. She's got one teammate.
روحوا حق اللودات خلينا نشوف يا جماعة.
Oh, someone just actually did a buyback, so she's got to be careful. Yeah, here you go. There's the fight going on.
Here we see maybe somebody.
Yep, you can see the unsuppressed red dots on the mini map as well. Oh, the other teammate down. Oh, she's pushing. Here we go.
This is ambitious because she's literally. I think. Does she have any help here? I don't think she does.
They're both in the gulag.
Yeah, the gulag of life.
No, wide open. Wide open.
Big dive to get out of there.
حبيبين في الماب مو نفس قبل.
Hard carry here. Butters is back. She's just redeployed.
Yeah.
Very well played. That dive. I've been loving that we have the options of diving and sliding. You know.
Yes.
You can do some really funny things with the dive.
أكو جي. شنو كان عنده؟
love it. There's just ground loot. And in fact, maybe we can have a quickly talk about ground loot. We've brought back weapon rarity.
I'm up.
Okay.
Yes, we will see colored loot.
You just saw it right there. Like she picked up the blue AR. It's one of those things that
reload.
When you think about the looting gameplay, you need to be able to quickly see like, what's that weapon, what's this item, etc. So even from a custom loadout perspective, you know, it's got that pink slash
ليش ما سألت سؤال؟ في one shot sniper في وورزون ولا لا؟
I think they ended up losing both of their teammates there. Hate to see it, but.
So Ted, what are some of the things that we can expect to kind of stay?
يبي لها تشيك لأن كانت قوتها فول أعتقد بس ماتت شنو سنايبر إذا ما خاب ظني لا؟
Yes, they'll be there day one. We really see this as a continuation of the current Warzone, and then just leveled up, polished, all new movement, etc. on top.
Got it.
So something that a lot of people in this room care about, that we worked super hard on in current Warzone, and we think is awesome, is the good old Champions Quest.
Oh, the Champions Quest.
We've had some amazing moments in the last year since we introduced it, and it's been really fun for a lot of people. But we want to open that up a little bit. What
لو وزن قديش ما تقدر تسوي
maybe
لهم.
breadcrumb us a little bit for what to expect with where you might take us with Champions Quest.
Champions Quest is something that we're going to be launching during the first season. So we don't want to reveal. Oh, she's on the horizontal zip line. But I'll try and stay focused. There's so much going on. I saw the train. I was like, oh my god, the train! I want to talk about the train again. But no, Champions Quest. It's been a huge success for us all year long. You know, that ability to nuke the map, the challenge of doing it is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So what we want to do for next year's Champions Quest is allow players to steal it from the team who is doing the Champions Quest. You can only steal it once.
Okay.
So if you
Only
see,
once. It's not going to change.
If you see a team is doing it, push them, be the first, take them down. They'll drop the contract, they'll drop the pieces. You can pick it up and try and take it through to
إذا سويت مثلا الشامبيون تحدي الشامبيون اللي هو عبارة عن يوم
and it gives people more options to get on something like Champions Quest. You know, they're not the only ones who get to enjoy it. Ted and I are going to squad up. We're going to get our first time CQ win.
Or potentially lose it, you know? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that negativity out there. I'm so sorry. Well, let's actually go ahead and check in on our TCL Power Hour and see how many challenges have been completed thus far for the days. And remember, for each one completed, you have a chance to win a 65-inch TCL TV. All you got to do is enter that hashtag CODNext and hashtag TCLX COD sweepstakes. For each challenge completed during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received for a total of up to 9 winners. And thus far, we have 3 of our items picked up here. So it looks like we still. I didn't see which ones it was though. Was it the train? Did we get the train?
I hope so.
I hope we get it.
Can we see the card again?
Yeah. Actually, can we bring it up one more time? I just want to see what we have.
Here we go. Oh, we got
contract. We did get a drivable train elimination.
Yeah, we watched it.
Oh, yeah, that was that.
Yeah, the pistol.
For some reason, in my head, I thought it was run someone over with the drivable train.
I honestly did too.
That would be legendary.
If that happened and we don't know, I need to see the highlights. So I'll be busy later.
That would be the first ever. It would actually be kind of cool. Oh, but there you see it there. But for now, though, we're actually going to head on over to Miles, Lottie, and Nameless, as well as Alley Cat, for their thoughts on live gameplay for Warzone. What you got for us, guys? What you think?
Choo-choo! All aboard the new train. That's what I'm looking for, friends. I was discussing with this with you guys prior to we got on camera. It was like, are we going to drop train, win the fight, pump the brakes, take the cash, buy our gear, all aboard, next stop? It's going to be an amazing experience.
يعني احس ان الواحد صدق وتحكم في ناحيه القطار يقدر يسوي وايد اشياء.
Borja's going to be out there well excited with the camera on his face because of the train. It's a big day for COD.
All right, audience, if you want the freest kill in the game, make sure you go to the train to find Miles.
The freest.
But I do want to say, I was hoping that it was going to be an actual like train, like you turn the train on and you run somebody over to get out that bingo card. But now I'm seeing EMD, the train track. So I'm guessing you throw the EMD, you can stop the whole train. So forget about the stop and the drive. I'm going to be sitting in a bush next to the train track. Like, all right, Miles, you want to rotate to another side of the map? Well, you got another thing coming.
Oh, my train, my precious train. I have to give it a cool name, but yeah.
اوكي اعتقد انه يقدر يتحكمون يعني في النهايه اذا كان واحد ودي ضدك وياه.
This one sort of feels, again, like movement's back. Everyone's super excited about that. Guns look really fun. But the increase in health fights feel a little longer, you know?
That's the big thing, right? It's the quality of life, the presence that the game now has. And
أحد المشاكل العودة اللي قاعد تعانيها في كول اوف ديوتي إن ال HP مالك وايد قليل.
They have not been afraid to bring things back, to bring things back that the community wants, and I think that is just incredible. They're listening and they care, and that is definitely coming across the screen. So for me, I think, you know, things like the red dots that we're seeing on the map, you know, unsuppressed fire. We're seeing also just small things like the blue plates that are also happening in the HUD, and it's minor things that make such a big difference to, I think, the community that
بس انفينيتي وورد السجن ما افتكر في هالشيء، ما طقعوا بقوة حق كل واحد كان يشتكي من هالحالة.
Also the quality of life upgrades, you know, we heard them talking about the unique perks that we're going to have in Warzone. Like the Shrouded is massive, right? You drop a smoke when you get knocked. We already do that in Warzone. We throw a smoke at our teammates. Sometimes you don't have one. Now that it's going to be an actual perk that you can grab, huge. Also, when you start to get shot, you talk about the health now, which is great, having 150 health. Well, now when you get shot, you move faster. So not only do you have that extra health to survive and evade enemies, you also have the faster movement with MW3 that they're bringing. And a perk that even allows you to get faster, because we know there are some players, come from myself, who's a bit more competitive. You like to get, you know, a little bit more aggressive and get in those 1v4 situations. You have the ability to do that, and it's all up to the player, which is great.
There is one more perk which wasn't brought up by Ted, but Irradiated, which has got something to do with how you interact with the gas, but more on that later. Ha ha ha. Plenty more cool changes.
perk شلون تقدر تتحكم من ناحية الجاس، قصدك الجاس ماسك، الجاس العادي.
Guardian being involved as well. I mean, that's something that I think Black Ops 4 players remember a little differently. This one doesn't kill you though. This just slows you down. It's like a gigantic stun grenade spotlight.
Put it in a doorway, Miles.
Put it in a doorway, but the range on that bad boy is crazy. Look, if that thing's good enough to slow down the Incredible Hulk, it's good enough for COD. That's all I'm saying.
It certainly is indeed.
الحد متحمل أتوقع إنه وايد بيبس أنا على لايف أسوي مثلا في Warzone.
Especially when you check the timeline and seeing kind of what the noise is about, and Ali looking across Warzone right now and the way that Warzone has been
ممكن حدا ما يسوى لأنه ودي ما عندهم كستمايز
أصلا.
أصلا.
A lot of people talking about Verdansk and how much they miss it. The nostalgia coming forward, I think, from Urzikstan really does kind of give that reminiscence of Verdansk in terms of the way it looks. Openness. We also have moments and places like Superstore, etc. There are drops there for everyone who wants to get a battle in and perform at the highest level.
Yeah, and I think something that's crazy about Warzone specifically is the fact that, like, it's only been a couple of years it's been around, right? And I feel like it's continuously just getting better, and small changes are being made for quality of life. And like you said, this does feel very reminiscent of Verdansk, but it has all the great changes like the guns, the blue guns, the UI change, like the gas mask actually being on your face the entire time. You can see it on your screen. I will tell you right now, I'm somebody who has really bad object permanence. I would always forget that I'd have a gas mask. So now that it's like actually on your vision as well, so like it's a great reminder. Just really small things like that that can really change a game.
That's something that I think community members have been asking for. The amount of times
اسمع الخلاطات.
No matter what your loadout is, you'll see on screen right now. If you're in the water, you have a pistol no matter what.
شوفوا تحت يمين في بيستل اوتوماتيك.
Melee, whatever it may be, there is a pistol at the ready when you do go underwater. Same for all the ladders as well. So that element of gameplay.
هذا حلاوته تخلي السكندري مالك بيستل يعني.
Out in the ocean in Armazra, I dropped like a 12 kill spree because no one could get close. I was running around with a gulag pistol and it really worked. That is not the case anymore. Awesome quality of life change, whether it's gas masks, whether it's pistols. We're really just starting to learn our way around this place, and Sledge and the crew at Raven, great job in bringing all that to life.
And you know what? You talked about the gulag there. The gulag looks great.
Oh
right?
my God.
I'm a big fan of, I know everybody likes different gulags.
حلاوتي مثلا
but I'm a big fan of, like, let's just get into a gunfight.
خلي السكندري غصب عنك بيستل.
Let's just get into the gunfight and better man gets out.
تتهوس على مثلث تطلع لك بيستل بدل ما تطق مثلث تطلع على السكندري وابن. بقى يكون فاهم ولا لا؟
strategies you could employ. Wait for the person to hop in the center and just shoot him as he tries to escape. But yeah, man, Warzone this year, it looks phenomenal. It feels like the answer to the call of the community. Everybody's just been wanting faster movement, you know, some of these new perks and being able to play it your own way. And I think a lot of the creators in here are having a blast getting into this new map.
It's just really fun as well to see different variants of the gulag, whether it's night operation one where, you know, you come in with an MVG, not that it's going to be that common. The idea that there's a cash gulag where there's money all over the place. I mean, yeah, I'm one of those players, I know a lot of my friends are, where you see it, you grab it, and that's going to encourage the loot. but there is a massive danger. We just saw one of our streamers leave the gulag with like 6.5k. That's insane. You can buy the teammate back. That's a game-changing moment. That changes the way.
صدق لو ابدعت يعني في جولك وجمعت بعد شوي كاش تقدر تطلع ربعك اوريدي. في امل مثلا لو انت تلعب في كواد وكل ربعك ماتوا بس بقى انت وجمعت كاش بعد شوي في جولك وفزت الجولك تقدر تطلع لك واحد او اثنين على الاقل تعرف؟ هذا شيء وايد حلو على اساس قد بكون يصير شويه حركه في اللعب. اتوقع هذه حركه وايد حلوه لان قاعد بكون تقدر تحصل كاش حتى لو في جولك.
Just really nice, man. The last thing you're going to be doing is guessing in a game like this.
And I think, exactly, Miles, and I think something that may have went over a lot of people's heads when they were talking about it was the evasion in this version of Warzone is going to be way better than before. We talked about that perk, but also the horizontal zip lines. I mean, that's massive. They've had big upgrades to quality of life in terms of trying to get in fights and evade over the last years. Like we had the PRD where you can go up and redeploy yourself and fly away. I think all those things are going to be coming back, but now you also have the ability to hop in these horizontal zip lines that they've placed throughout the map. So, you know, if you get into a fight that maybe is pretty far out of the circle, you can take your time, finish that fight, and then strategically use those zip lines to get back towards circles. So I think that that's something, you know, it just piqued my interest.
صدق احلى ايام لا تكون بدايه الايام لما تعب سلاح هل يكون سيمي اوتو ولا لا؟
with tear gas. I mean, there's ways.
بس نحن انا ما شفت سنايبر جيم بلاي man.
You know, no more.
I شفت سنايبر جيم بلاي.
The gas mask will go on, and you are able to evade enemies and try and counter things that are coming away because that's all that Warzone's about, right? It's being aggressive, but also countering pushes that are happening from left, right, and center.
I think a big point is like the controlled chaos in Warzone. That was something that always really stood out to me is like, it's really chaotic. You don't know where the gas is going to be, where you land changes a lot of the time. The loot that's on the ground is, you know, pretty different most of the time. It's very unpredictable in that sense, but there's those predictabilities of having a horizontal zip line now, like knowing about the rotations. It's those little
حلو انت عندك مسدس نفس تسوي انت زب لاين.
enjoy is the fact that I feel like
صدق والله ليش لازم يكون ثابت؟ شفت الناس مثلا تي 4 ايدا شلون تطق مثلا الوان والسيده تقدر تطلع واحد تقدر تروح مثلا فوق العماره او شيء حلاوتي يصير اللون.
Maybe not try prioritizing the loadout so much as getting to a certain stronghold or getting somewhere else on the map.
We're seeing Swag here with the MCR, and that's a single attachment on the weapon, and he's looking fantastic with that thing already. A lot of players have been talking about this. We saw Shotzi, there was a clip on Twitter not too long ago, or X.com, whatever it's called these days, talking about how auto-aim feels like it's been slightly reduced in this game. It's a little harder at certain ranges to land very, very accurate shots. That's really nice, man. I mean, that changes the way the game plays. More health, harder to shoot. The better you are, the better you're going to play, essentially.
Yeah, and you add that with that movement. I mean, there's going to be a decent skill gap, obviously, right? And I think that that's phenomenal. And like you said, we're watching Swag here. These are the guys that we're going to be learning from. You know, these creators that are in here, figuring things out, what's going to be the meta, what people are using. And right now, he's rocking that MCR, and he is beaming. You said he only has one attachment on here. Gonna get knocked, but I mean that thing is a laser. I mean he was
beaming.
Indeed, and you see him get knocked down, and potentially might do here as well. No, he does manage to get his teammates. He's going to be in the gulag, but I will say when you are down, you do also have extra health now as well. There has not only just been health added into in general.
صح عندك دفوع أصلاً في الماء في الجولاج.
Teammates can make plays around you.
Well, stop thirsting me.
Yeah. قبل كان فيها نون لحظة نسيت.
Needs a drink out there in our Mazra,
I'm
but
still gonna do it.
So very, very thirsty. Out here in Kazakhstan, it's a little different. We got a fun one though. This is Optic Blake going up against Swag in the gulag.
Who you got?
I got Blake. I got Swag. Come on, Blake.
I think I got Blake.
Come on, Blake.
He's gonna send out.
If it was a sniper, I'd pick Blake.
That's my boy!
There it is.
That's my boy!
You can't ever doubt Blake. Come
Optic, bro. Optic.
250 damage there. So you're seeing like full plates when it comes to, you know, like the amount of health and lot. As you said, when you go down, I had the pleasure of downing an opponent in Warzone. I took a sniper rifle to the head. I couldn't thirst them quickly enough. Yeah. So, I mean, this is just going to change the way the game plays. I would love to see any, I mean, this is something that more folks out there are going to know, how throwing knives impact.
That's the shit.
You saw that was the absolute way to play Warzone.
That's the eye. That's the eye.
I'm out. Immediately recover that bad boy, get out and get on the next
it's still a one tap, man. I need it to be a one tap.
No.
I like that. You know, just running around and I'm out. Yeah, we're seeing different areas of the map. You know, they talked about, I think it was old.
Shouldn't have got a one tap. Shouldn't have got a one tap,
absolutely fantastic.
Going dog.
It's a night.
No way.
Ciao. Peace.
He's gone. That was incredible. That is a solo YOLO champion. That man knows pressure. It's nothing. Look at that. How fun was that? Dude, the night vision looks good.
Low town.
My boy was out there. All sorts of good fun happening here. And again, look how dense the map is. That is a ton of buildings, though. I mean, you know what I did see, though? Even in the largest of buildings, not a huge amount of stairwells. That was a real pain point for many, many players. Between the horizontal, vertical zip
حلو مو بس انك براحة ما تقدر تسوي شيء بس قاعد تركض على على الصحراء او شيء في وايد عمارات يعني بس
I see a lot of rooftops for those snipers, so even though that like there are denser areas which might make it slightly more difficult, there's still plenty of opportunities for those crazy clips.
But you know what, Ali? I can just take one of those cranes and I can fly right down to the rooftop. Seems like they have a decent amount of those placed around the map as well. We saw one on this screen right behind them, and you know, obviously rooftops, there's some campers who like to sit up there, but there's ways that you can get up there and take them out now pretty nicely.
إيه بس سنايبر طقة واحدة ولا لا يا جماعة؟
a drone in the sky and
كلها
literally
منتهي.
take the line right up there and try and get on the rooftop or try and counter a little bit yourself or fly away and evade, which is probably what I would be doing.
So we're still within the TCL Power Hour. Looking to see if any more of those
the map مال الكود 4
the bingo card moments happen.
I
haven't seen anyone get a breacher drone elimination.
Oh, come on.
Which is actually crazy because it's, I mean, from our experience, especially multiplayer, very easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all standing messing with movement. I can't remember through the breacher drone, 3-piece, like that thing is crazy.
That was me.
On the
I was also
on
a
the
part
bingo
of that
card.
obliterated
I
squad.
don't know if you guys saw, but there's also somebody's getting a guardian kill. No, it's a guardian SC
like an opponent who's affected by the guardian.
Just kill him, yeah.
لحظة
Does it like
زي اللي هنا قاعد يلعب انتم ما جبتوها صح؟
Oh yeah.
We are miniguns back.
He's moving fast.
Boy, schmoving. I told you, you'll be schmoving like you've never schmooved before, COD fans, in this game. Everyone's very, you know, nimble on their feet, a lot of twinkle toes, and you can even dress for the occasion and put on even slicker shoes to improve movement, improve speed, strafe speed, how quiet you are, you name it. Dress for the occasion, COD fans. It's time to dress up and have a good time.
Oh, وياكلي؟ ليش ما طلع اسمه؟
I gotta say, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Just in terms of just the style. You know, we heard actually Ted talk about the way that it looks, and it's all kind of part of a bigger picture, looking a little bit like Al Mazrah at times. We also have the dance coming through, but I think the colors are just in perfect balance, so I think it also looks stunning.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of folks are like, oh, we want to go back to Verdansk, Well, you're close enough. Kazakhstan is the country where Verdansk was.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. We're totally back.
You're a lawhead as well, aren't you?
I really am. Like, I read all the signs. I mean, I read the bits of paper. I love all this. I really do, mate.
You know what else is interesting? Obviously, like the perks are named a little bit different in this game. You're going to be able to find the boots in Warzone, obviously, as well. And that is going to shake things up, right? Because that prolonged slide, obviously, in the multiplayer and the arena gameplay is going to be different. But in Warzone, I mean, you have a lot of different like areas that you have to traverse where that slide could come into play. So I think that that's going to be really interesting when these guys get their hands on it.
As well as the climbing boots. We haven't actually seen too much of that, but what that does essentially is it speeds up your mantle ability, and you really do move crazy. I mean, Peter Parker.
بس عاد نظم بيرك إذا تبي تروح تركب مثلا حصى. قصدك تحط لك
I share the
بيرك.
same last name as him. Does that mean I am also Spider-Man?
Ever been bit by a spider?
Possibly.
Well,
maybe my.
I think we would know by now, Ellie.
I also beyond that, I wanted to point out the fact that who we were watching, they just did that play that we were talking about earlier, using the zip line to push a team, while another one kind of like just looks over the rest of the teammates making that push. So nice.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Very nice indeed. Well, that's a nice taste of Warzone. I mean, it's been very cool, very, very exciting. But that's going to be it for the fireside chat for now. It's back over to the desk, the Golden Boy and Stephanie.
هل خلاص يعني بينتهي الموضوع وزون
Thank you so much for that, and yeah, always great to hear, you know, the greatest minds in Call of Duty esports talking about a brand new Call of Duty game. What a time to be alive, of course, here. But yeah, and there's still so much more to talk about with Warzone stuff.
So much. We've got so much going on. We finally saw Night Vision Gulag. We got an Ascender overtime win. It was the moment that Ted and I have been waiting for. We were waiting to see this thing in action.
And you guys are calling it, man. The whole time you're like, this has to happen.
Yeah.
This has to happen.
I had my bingo card already. I'm like ready to go.
They're too good. We haven't had a chance to get to the overtime mechanic in the Gulag yet.
It's wild.
It's very exciting. And in total, I'm happy to say, Ted, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 different Gulags.
Yes.
with
more
to come. So we want to make sure that this is an evolutionary part of Warzone. There's great ideas coming from everyone on the team because they're playing with the public event system, being like, oh, but we could do this and we could do this. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled because it's an exciting new feature for us. And we're back.
Back in the game.
Back in the action here. And you know, one of the things that the chat was talking about, you know, was about quality of life features. We've been really harping on that because it is important, and a lot of the hardcore players care about those things. We're actually saw it right there, right on cue.
Yeah.
I swear I did not rehearse that. Tell us about the way the backpack works now.
Yeah, this is a personal favorite of the team and mine. Like we got together and we thought about what do we want the backpack experience to be like for this version of Warzone, and we did like the deepest dive, like literally 3 days. Just all we did was talk about the backpack, and we got an amazing UI team. And we just thought about like one of the frustrations has been that when you pick up ammo, it goes in your backpack, but then if you drop the gun, you drop the ammo, and then you have to pick up the ammo and you put it. It was like, we should make space to have 5 dedicated ammo slots. So you can carry, I think like, you know, historical Warzone, it was always nice to be the mule. Yeah. And like you carry ammo and your buddy goes, hey, you got any sniper ammo? And you're like, oh, sure, I've got some, and you can drop it for them. And like, we just wanted to bring that back. And
you put me out of a job there.
We kept the backpack because for us, the backpack opened up so many new opportunities, like to be able to carry multiple lethals, multiple.
صار كان عندك
how can we merge
ساعة تستحط مثلا الامو اللي انت تبيه وتقدر تعطي حق رفيجك.
And I think a lot of people are going to be very happy about that, just because, you know, I mean,
ease of management. You don't want to do the inventory management sometimes when you're in combat. You don't have time to stop, pick up your ammo again, and so I think that the backpack experience, you're definitely going to see that that's been refined. But there's some other really interesting tweaks to the UI as well. We obviously added the squad cache widget in the live game, which I think has been really useful. I'm bad at math.
قديم يعني مو شيء جديد.
And we're seeing here too, armor plates back to blue. That's a big one for me. I love that.
It's the little things. I think when people get hands on of this year of Warzone, I hope that they just love like everything, like the whole package that we're bringing for season 1 and day 1.
Yeah. Speaking of
the whole
things coming in season 1, the new package, we're hyped for the new map.
Yes.
But we also have a lot to offer, all different types of players. And I'm curious, Ted, if you can tell us what other maps we can expect once Urza launches later this year.
So obviously on launch day, they're going to get the brand new big map experience. Alongside it, we'll have Bundle. We'll have Ashika. Both have Resurgence. And we'll also have
I love Thunder.
There is that core group.
I always lose, but I love it.
It's all about that money, Alex.
Yeah, it's clearly getting that money.
Resurgence. اوكي يعني مسجل تكون يعني day 1 في انطلاقة الوورزون.
More variety of ways for people to be able to play Warzone.
الشيقة ايلاند فاندر ذولين بيكونوا موجودين. حلو.
The best version of Warzone on day 1. It's like that's the package.
Awesome. So we got a really interesting
there
of maps and modes.
نهاية الماب يا تعبان. نهاية الدائرة.
Later this year. And that includes, as you said, Bondle and Ashika Islands.
يمين
Resurgence, Plunder Day 1, and obviously the new big map in Urzikstan. But Ted, I'm curious, as I'm sure many of the people behind me are here today. Warzone ranked.
Ooh, yeah.
Warzone ranked.
You said it.
Ranked in Warzone.
So all year long, we've had a great partnership with Treyarch. I think since we launched in Season 3 Reloaded, the feedback has just been incredible. It's been such a great experience to see people jump in.
Of course.
And we know that going into this new year of Warzone, we just want some time to kind of digest that initial feedback and that initial...
Let the map live.
Let it breathe. Let everything breathe,
all the systems, all the things.
Exactly. So we're excited to say that in early 2024, again, working with Treyarch, we're going to bring a brand new ranked experience into Warzone.
Nice.
Okay. Apart from that, lips are sealed.
I was going to try. I was going to try and pull Stephanie and see what else I could get.
اوكي نيو رانك يعني بيكون في بداية 2024 حق وورزون.
I'm sure a lot of people
ما بيكون على سيدا
موجود
على وورزون.
Yeah, I was actually catching up with TP yesterday, and he was telling me like how much like ranked Warzone has like helped, you know, to like really give him more things to do in the game, right? Because, you know, when you're a competitive guy, you just like to get sweaty and play some ranked games.
Like my buddies and I, who I play with back home in the UK, like when we play, it's like just that constant let's get to gold, let's get to plat, let's get to diamond.
Yeah,
and
the
like,
climb.
just push it.
I'm
And
your
it's for
investment,
everyone.
so I don't have to deal with
Yeah,
it.
I'm actually top 250, but
Okay, yeah, we got a couple braggers
yeah.
over here. All right. Me, I'm dying on the train.
Bottom
you know?
250.
You packing all my ammo mule.
اكيد بيحطك توب 250 انت مسوي اللعبه.
Hate to see it. No, that is excellent, and I think that for a lot of people who really cherish that hyper competitive experience, you know, that's around the corner. Yeah, excellent stuff.
I love some rooftop gameplay, and I'm getting a good taste of it
vibes.
here. I think
vibes here.
I referenced your vibes on the broadcast earlier. I don't know if you did it. I said, oh,
back in the good. It's
gulag.
locked and loaded, I think. Is it locked and loaded? I can't tell.
I see one attachment.
Okay, it's not locked and loaded.
Not locked and loaded.
Sad face. It's one of my favorites. So for anyone who doesn't know, locked and loaded is you start with a fully loaded AR, fully loaded SMG, full armor.
Full armor.
Which
So
is
it's
great for regain.
True 1v1, you keep
it all and you go back into the map with it.
after if you win the gulag.
Yes.
Absolutely wild.
Or when you win.
When you win.
Specifically.
Okay, yes, I always win, so I win my ones. It be like that.
اسمع حب يقولون عن شيء موضوع سنة يا ربع.
You know, with so much that has been shared, I can't help but feel like maybe there's just one more thing.
There's always one more
Is there
thing.
one more thing? I knew I was on the money with this stuff. There had to be one more thing.
There's always one more thing.
What do we have?
I am excited to ask Ted, you know, before we let you go, is there anything else we should really know about 2024?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, this is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, to have this opportunity and for me to speak on behalf of Raven and the whole Warzone team. And I've said it already, you know, our goal is to make 2024 the best year of Warzone. So when we sat down and thought about it, it's like, how do we deliver that to our players? So
We're delivering it to them in an encrypted message.
Yes. So
it's
next
true.
year we'll be adding Fortune's Keep to the Resurgence map rotation. It's back.
It's back. Fortune's Keep will return in early 2024, but that's not it, Ted. I see something else hiding here.
So the best part of this, by the way, is no one here knows. Okay. So one more thing. If that wasn't enough, we have Rebirth Island.
Wow. Rebirth Island. عندي أحلى resurgence. أحلى resurgence عندي.
In Call of Duty, in the Resurgence rotation, coming later after Fortune's Keep, later in the year.
So early next year, we'll have Fortune's Keep. Just following, we'll have Rebirth Island. And I'd love to just give such a big shout out to our partners and friends at Hyman Studios and Beanox, because without them, those maps would not be possible.
Rebirth عندي وايد ممتاز. وايد ممتاز.
I am hype. I think the community's hype. We know they have been itching to have their hands on Rebirth Island. And speaking of Rebirth Island, I think we're going to hear some exciting stuff coming up next.
Yeah, I'm over the moon. That seems exciting.
It's a mic drop.
Yeah,
I just
really
can't drop the headset.
I know you can't drop the mic.
Does this flip? Can I flip?
No, we still have one more thing to do. A few more things to do. But oh wow. Well, firstly, you know, I want to thank you for that. But first, before we do anything else, let's actually do one last check-in on the TCL Power Hour. See how many challenges were completed. Okay, so a little.
We're still at 3.
We're still at 3. Wait. 4. Okay.
The buyback on the
buyback on the train. There is, of course, the buy station on the train, almost like that movable POI.
I'm shocked we didn't get a breacher drone elimination. That just seemed like a gimme.
Yeah, it really did.
And the big game bounty, you'd have thought like someone would hear it.
No. But you know what? It's all
أصلاً لما كان اكتشف من ناحية الميكانيزم حق لعبة وورزون. ده تاسي تسوي هالنوعين من التحديات.
More to come.
Yeah, that's right. Well, of course, we want to thank you all for playing along. And as a reminder, for each challenge completed during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected. So what, I counted 4? I think it was 4 spots.
There was 4, yeah.
So there you go. Look at that there. And that's going to be picked from all eligible entries for a total of up to 9 winners. Now, of course, to enter, make sure you tweet using the hashtags CODNEXT as well as hashtag TCLX Sweepstakes. Once again, TCLX COD Sweepstakes. It's very, very important to include that hashtag. Good luck to everyone, and I hope you get yourself an awesome TCL TV. That, of course, was an amazing first look at Urzikstan and what players can expect from Warzone in the future. Ted, before you go, I just want to thank you so much. You know, what I told Kevin Miles earlier, just that passion, all the devs that have come up here, that passion for what you guys do. It bleeds through in everything and the way you talk about it. So thank you for sharing that love with us.
And if I can say thank you to everyone at Raven Software, every studio that's been contributing.
في النهاية أنا أحس إن فيها أفكار تقدرون تسوونها بس أحس محتوى حتى بس أحلى يعني.
Yeah, well, we are definitely grateful to have you and all the devs here to talk about this amazing game. It's been such a fun time. But for now, though, let's actually head down to Maven, who's going to put a couple streamers on the spot in the hot and ready seat, presented by Little Caesars. Maven, who you got?
Thank you so much, Alex. I have Sally as a dog. You're going to be the Urzikstan Reaper. I got a feeling. What are you loving so far on the map?
The movement is great. The sniping looked amazing. I didn't love that I lost my gulag, but everything else was great.
What happened to the gulag, Sally? Take me through it.
I got absolutely turned down by Smixy. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It happens to the best of
us. بس ما شفنا ولا شيء عن السنايبر عاد كمان. تقولون بعد.
Kind of this, you're not putting as much time. Is it feeling just a little bit of hands-on? Like, is the grind coming back? Are you going to be carrying myself and Merc on the map?
Yeah, I'm definitely down to carry you and Joe in my backpack. It's large. It's basically a duffel bag anytime, yeah.
So what did you get hands-on with? Did you, outside the gulag, lost a little bit of time with the sniper? A little time with the AR? Like, what were you feeling?
One shot.
Sally is a dog's like go-to repertoire.
So I picked up a sniper, dropped it, regretted it because when I died, I saw Reed Boy just popping heads all over the map. So that's what I'm going to get back on and try. But yeah, really looking to
يعني one shot kill.
Yeah, I haven't like sniped much as I used to. Like in the past, putting in so much time. Now let's take a look. Oh, listen, he's got great legs too. But the chair, look at this thing. It's a Little Caesars hot seat. You were a little bit worried if you were going to actually be able to sit there. If you were to fit, if it had been tested, you asked me. But how's it feel?
It feels comfortable, ergonomic, and stylish all in one. Yeah. Nope. Pizza.
You're looking absolutely fantastic. Hey, Sally, it's been amazing. Excited to see what you're going to do this year. You're one of my favorite content creators. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Oh, that was beautiful. Let's get it over to Shift. I believe he's down with Tommy.
Yeah, Maven, I'm not going to lie. You may want Sally to carry you, but there is no better person in the history of Warzone to carry a duo or a trio than this guy right here. Tommy, first day, hands on the game, initial thoughts and reactions. Let me have it.
I'm loving it. The movement, the fluidity of it, the visibility of the game, everything's just so much better.
أكيد ما بيقول لك هالأشياء السلبية أصلا في اللعبة Call of Duty.
Day one, Warzone OG. You played every map, including all the small things. We heard the teases on Fortune's Keep, Rebirth Island. If you were to tell the people at home though, like, what does this map most feel like compared to other maps in the previous instances, where would you kind of go to?
I feel like from the amount I've played, it's like a throwback to Verdansk, but with improvements. And the size of the map, there's not many dead areas, I'd say. It looks like from what I played so far.
بالضبط هاي الشيء وايد مهم في لعبة Call of Duty.
I'd say it's a little bit of a throwback.
Fair enough. Final points. What are like your biggest overall takeaways, especially from the competitive side? I know there's people wanting to say, let me get into ranked, let me get back up to those statuses again. Where are you feeling the biggest differences, either mechanically or maybe just aesthetically on the map right now?
I mean, from the mechanics we've got so far, I feel like a lot of the competitive players, pro players, they're going to love it. I mean, they're going to find out their own little ways to move and how to improve the movement on the map. But just off the base, it's so much smoother, nicer. You get around the map much quicker, so it's real good.
Fair enough. Tommy, thanks so much for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the stream. And hey, with that, we're going to go back up to Miles and Lottie to give us their thoughts on, of course, what they saw with Warzone. But before we come back, we also have the Warzone mobile team. But of course, first, before we jump into all that, a quick word from our sponsors.
اعتقد الحين هلا نواف اعتقد الحين بيعوضون عن وورزون موبايل اذا ما خاب ظني الحين بيقولون شعب موبايل اخر شيء
Q-Class QLED TVs up to 98 inches. Movement, the official timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3. Go to mvmt.com/COD to see the limited edition Watch collab. Backbone, level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. We've just witnessed a full hour of all good, brand new Warzone action there on Urzikstan and much, much more. I don't know where to begin. We haven't got too much time to get through this one, guys. So, Lottie, you take it away from me. I'm going to put my microphone down.
I certainly will. Do you know what? I'm just thrilled, to be honest. And I'm sure Ted was on the desk watching some of those interviews with anticipation, thinking, how are they going to feel about it? You know, I've told them all this stuff on the desk, but you know, how are they feeling about playing it? And I've got to say the reception has been phenomenal so far. And I think none of us are surprised, to be honest. I think with the quality of life updates, things that have been said for so long with the community and it's come through and it's pulled through for them, of course they're going to be happy. But for me, that is a huge, huge dub. And I love to see that for Warzone.
I mean, Lottie, think about it. If we just had the new movement, people would have been happy. We got a brand spanking new map as well. So many new things. And I really appreciate Ted going up there and explaining all that in such good detail because I learned so much about it. You know, got to play it for a little bit and it felt absolutely phenomenal. There's so much we're going to learn as well once we get our hands on it. So Warzone seems to be in a fantastic spot, Ellie.
No, really. And I know Golden Boy used the word genuine a lot, and for the devs, especially to feel their passion. I was on Twitter a bit, and let me just say, or X, whatever we're calling it at this point. Whatever. But I could feel the excitement from the community seeing it, like genuine,
أكيد لو مثلا من ناحية الموفمنت وذي تعدل في ناحية الأغراض اللي سواها في الفيديوات أكيد الكل بيحب الموضوع.
It truly looks at its base off of release, like in beta.
على حسب Call of Duty Warzone mobile updates.
I mean, this is the candy shop.
يكون لونش في نهاية الكوارتر حق 2024. Will feature Valve Dance and Rebirth Element at launch من أول ما تنزل لعبة Call of Duty Mobile.
You can play MW3. Want to remind
يكون في جيم حق multiplayer modes في Warzone Mobile.
Next week for Xbox and PC players. You've seen
وهذه كل الأشياء موجودة في بيطلعونها في
over the next week. We've got tons of maps, all sorts of goodies. Get involved. It's going to be an absolute blast. Don't forget to check out the Call of Duty blog for more details.
Tons of details to make sure you're listening up to, including the fact that you guys can purchase and pick up Modern Warfare 3 at GameStop and participating international retailers on November 10th to get a GameStop exclusive collectible steelbook while supplies last. See GameStop and participating international retail web pages for promotional offer details.
Woo! Well, we also wanted to mention once again the awesome partnerships between Call of Duty and the Hundreds. If you haven't already seen this, very, very cool collaboration here. Hundreds, they've taken, I mean, look, some of the coolest icons throughout Call of Duty. Ghost is in there now. This is a limited edition collab between Hundreds, and you have a chance to win one of these. There are 50 sets available. Follow at Call of Duty on X/Twitter. Tweet #CODNext and #sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets of the Ghost Bomb collection. So follow the channel. Tweet the hashtags for a chance to win a set of this awesome lineup. I've been downstairs, I've touched them all, and they're all a delight.
They are looking absolutely incredible. I can see some of you guys running those. They are fresh, to say the least. I don't know. I need to try and talk to some people at the back, use some of my contacts here, because I want to get my hands on that as well. But I've got to say, the day of Call of Duty action, it does not stop here with Call of Duty Next. Immediately following Next will be Code Bowl for you. Have it presented by USAA. Join top Call of Duty streamers and military esports teams as they compete for the coveted Code Bowl trophy. 100% of the net proceeds from the tournament will go towards placing more veterans into
والله ما توقعت ان الايفنت هالقد قوي صراحه.
I hope so, ladies and gentlemen. First, though, a quick word from our sponsors. And after that, we send it back down to the desk one more time. This time to Beef Mummy with a very special guest from the Warzone mobile team to give us an update
Warzone Mobile.
all things that have been going on in the Warzone mobile world, as well as a very special announcement before we get to kick off that mobile gameplay. Stay with us.
ولع.
Call of Duty Next. Brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern.
قاعد اشوف انا 5 دقائق الحين من لعبه Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 Zombies الجيم بلاي واشوف على يسار
SS3 and latency reducing
شو اسمه
Herman Miller embody gaming chairs are being used at today's event.
لعيبه Call of Duty يعني قبل كنا في 4 بس الحين في 6.
hermanmiller.com/gaming and Elgato, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next.
Hello, you beautiful gamers. Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. There's a lot of screaming and passion here in the studio, but let's revert back to where we actually started in the first place. 4 years ago, Call of Duty Mobile hit the scene and gave us the first taste of what the Call of Duty experience could look and feel like on a mobile device. To celebrate this anniversary, here is a look back at some highlights from the past 4 years.
والله الصراحه من ناحيه الموبايل صدق كوزماتكس صح. مستغرب ليش للحين لعبه كول اوف ديوتي ما تمت هالشيء. لعبوا زومبي جوست الجزء الثاني يمكن ساعة الا ربع من الايفنت لعبوا زومبيز، قالوا لنا موضوع الزومبيز وحده حلو.
Man, actual goosebumps right now. But before we start, I just want to introduce the very talented people in my desk right now. We got I Hold Shift right here alongside SVP and co-studio head of mobile, Chris Plummer. Welcome, Chris. How's it going? I've been talking to you for about a year now. The game looks honestly super amazing.
You know, it's hard to believe that it's been 4 years since we launched Call of Duty Mobile. It's been an amazing journey. You know, one that attracted 650 million installs, and more than that. It's actually, if you put it in perspective, it's like taking the entire population of the United States and Western Europe and combining it. It's unbelievable. And we have really our fans around the world to thank for that and for welcoming Call of Duty into their mobile lives. We really appreciate that. As we look into year 4, we're really excited about all the new content coming. We have exciting new seasons. We have all new original content. And really it's going to be exciting to see how players engage with that and we really cement Call of Duty Mobile as always being an important part of the franchise and really cementing it into the future.
And well, speaking of like time in general, right? You were talking about the future, but let's talk about a past for a tiny bit. Just about a year ago, you unveiled a new, but in many ways a really ambitious project in the form of Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Walk me into it. What's been going on in there?
So Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, it's now in limited release in some select markets. And it's really been exciting to see our early adopters get their hands on some of the things we talked about last year, but now proving it out. We're talking about shared progression, cross progression,
سماحة شباب ما دريت ان الساعة 10 صدق انه زودي اروح محل نظر اسوي شيء جد ما صار 3 ساعات تقريبا.
We've been doing it now since the release of Modern Warfare.
الساعة 10 سماحة شباب سماحة ما قدر اغطي ان شاء الله يكون كول اوف ديوتي موبايل يكون ممتاز حق كل عشاقه. سماحة الطرف انا راح اقطع البث انا لازم امشي ما توقعت ان الساعة 10 اذا عجبك البث ما قصرت على المتابعه ما قصرتوا على كل شيء سواء من ناحيه الزر لايك واتمنى اشتراك في القناه راح نعمل كثير في لعبه مودرن وورفير 3 يلا ما قصرت على كل شيء معكم سهل فما